Hello! Welcome back. I am playing some Pokemon Shield, and I didn't stream yesterday because I went out. I went out to a place, and thank you for the happy birthdays. It was several days ago. Okay, yes, I'm turning that down. That is loud. Okay, there we go. Okay, why is there so many people in the chat already? There's like Blogman's here, we've got Sam, we've got JL, hello. Shadow Wolf's here as well. Everybody's here. What the hell is going on? Yes, so went to London yesterday for some sort of it was like a God, what was it like? It was like a more of a lecture than like a convention or anything, which was nice because it was all about games and like young people like making games and stuff. There are a lot of games that have been made by young people and everything. It was just it was good. It was nice. Didn't play any of the games because meh. You might have heard of David Attenborough. Yes, I did. It was funny because he the way they had it all set out, it looked like he was in Pokemon Go. I was like, I've got a shiny. So yeah, that was pretty good. Really interesting as well because it was like they had this phone. It was like an experience they were having in London, not too far away from where we were as well. It was like a phone used as like a microscope, but it was like this sort of AR experience where you could like wander around this set that they had built, and like you'd learn about like in the environment and all these little bits and pieces and stuff like that. Yes, so that was good. They had like modelled David Attenborough, like they recorded him from all angles and they'd used that to model him, and it was like basically like a 3D video of him, and that was innovative. I think they haven't done something like that with AR before. I don't know, but yeah, they just had him in a boat, and it just looked like he was in like a Pokemon environment. It was very strange. I like that. There was also what was it? The people who make the Lego Star Wars games. That was pretty good because they showed us like how they make some of the areas and like what is made out of Lego and what isn't and stuff like that. And there were a few questions after, and it was all good. So basically, we went to a lecture, which was good. It was a very interesting lecture, and then there was some D&D in the middle, which was good, with some YouTubers that I had never met, but Zambi knew about, so he got a photo with them, which is very nice. My favourite part was the fictional donkey. Exactly. Yes, the donkey that was there for a little while. There wasn't actually a donkey, but there was a donkey in the D&D story, which was pretty funny. I can't remember who it was. Was it Outside Xbox? I think that was who they were. That was pretty good. Yeah. And it was really warm and really sweaty and really horrible in London, but it was a nice trip out. So I enjoyed myself. What the hell did I miss? Well, did the fictional donkey have sex? No, it did not have sex. It did not have. Well, it nearly did. It was getting a bit excited, but it basically became like an extra character, which I hope actually happens in their like real D&D sessions. That might be good. Maybe that was like a practice session. So yeah, I got to learn a lot about like how games are made, and especially like professional games. It wasn't just like some indie developers. It was actually the people who make the Lego games. So yeah, it was good to see like their system and how imperfect their shit is, and like also the fact that they've got a huge team. A lot of the things that I feel like I could get a lot done if I had a team of people doing stuff, like because they've got like separate sound designers and people who get involved with the coding with the sound design and just like when, where and how and all that stuff. It's just so complicated and just so amazing, and you just think they've got all these people and all this team, and like oh how much I wish I had a team of people doing this sort of stuff. So yeah, what did you miss? I'm just talking about what we went and saw yesterday. Well, with the powers of ADHD, I'm similar to a team of people. Wait, I have been so long away, and new haircut. I like it. You shouldn't like it. I don't like it. I shaved it off because it was too long, and it was more brown than it was blonde. So I'm letting it grow out a little bit. I'm letting it grow out a little bit because because this is essentially just like tips. So I need to be able to get enough hair to dye. Yeah, multiple personality skill sets. Yeah. You are basically a team of people. I get it. Wait, this haircut, by the way, it's only been like 2 days. It's fine. Don't worry. 3 days. I can't remember how long it's been, but yeah. But yes, we're playing Pokemon. That's what this is all about. Our sincere apologies. The chairman is quite busy at the moment. Who's the chairman? Or is this... Wait, is... The chairman is Rose, isn't it? The guy who looks like David Beckham? I don't remember. It's been a few days. Everyone please disperse. Leave now. Leave! Leave now! Okay, see you later, chairman. Happy birthday, chairman! No need to rush off. I can still do more autograph... Oh, wait, that's in there. That's him there. He's the one in the pants, in his underwear by the look of it. I'll even give you my Pokemon League card. Oh, why do people hate me? Look at him. He looks like he's in his underwear. We need to support... We need the support of our fans to keep doing what we're doing. Chasing them off like that, aren't you being a bit too harsh? What? Olina? Fans are very important, of course. That's why you need to keep doing your work. For their sake. I promise to do everything in my power to assist you too, Chairman. Who are you? Sheep hair? B-Day. His name's B-Day. That's right, B-Day. I dare say I'm impressed how far you've come since I gave you that Pokemon. All those years ago. Which Pokemon does he have again? We fought him, haven't we? What Pokemon does he have? Will you be the one to win the gym challenge, or perhaps it will be one of the trainers? Endorsed by the champion. I will prove your faith in me as well-placed chairman. I won't lose to anyone. Anyway, I will be on my way now. You will lose. I mean, I think you've lost to me already, haven't you? Have you got tattooed legs? Interesting. Ah! Again! Will you play the new Pokemon when it comes out? If I can afford it, yes. B-Day short for birthday, which is short for happy birthday. Ah! Your name was in my butt, right? Well, were you just talking? We were just, yep. I admit I'm curious about Leon's reasons for endorsing you. Ah, I just had a good idea, as I tend to do. Fucking bellend. You're going to face gym leader Nessa soon. Let me guess. Water? Oh yeah, water. It's there. If you get a gym badge from her, I'll hold a celebration. I'd like to get to know you a little better after all. Chairman, we should really be going. Please do your best for the sake of Gala's future. That's a lot of weight you've just put on my shoulders. Please don't. The chairman will be heading to his town's seafood restaurant. Win the gym badge and join him there at once. Do not keep him waiting. And your role is? Mistress? Oh look, what is that? Can I zoom in? I think I sorted out the zoom button. Like if I look at that guy. I like that. Oh, what a character. Will I play the new Pokemon when it comes out? If I can afford it. Okay, what if I lose it? That's a good point. What if I lose it? If I lose, does that mean, like, whatever's gonna happen, like, this timeline is, like, just the dark timeline? Maybe? Ooh, hello. Oh, there's a market. What the hell is that? Some sort of It says Mew. That's not Mew. Mew meow. Let's have a look. Ooh, Pokeball. Gimme. Magnet. An item to be held by a Pokemon is a powerful magnet that boosts the power of electric type moves. I have an electric type Pokemon. Oh god, where's my... Okay. Where is he? Wesley! Give him an item. So, right. There's a thing that I did. Where is it? Where are the key? Are they key items or are they? Where is the magnet? Oh, it's here. Magnet. Yes. Go on, Wesley. Hold that magnet. Yes, there is a thing. There is a thing. I went on to Pokemon Home and I transferred a few Pokemon from Pokemon Arceus, a few of my shinies, as well as some of the shinies that I'd gotten from Pokemon Go as well. They should be in here. So here we go, and the Melmetal, which I got from I think transferring Pokemon from Pokemon Go at one point. I think that's like a gift you get. But I got a shiny Porygon, a shiny Magikarp, a Shinx, Charmander, and Bulbasaur's just normal. But I have... how many is that? 6 Pokemon that need names. Some lovely names. Also, I'm thinking of taking Porygon with me. That may be a necessity, but I'm not sure if I can... I don't know, who shall I swap out? I don't actually think I need to swap out any of these. I think these are all good. Well, he ain't going to be any help in the next gym, so I'm going to move you. And we'll just try with little old Porygon there. Can you and Flat play sports on the Switch for a Flat Pack stream? What? What sports? What's that? No, as in I drop it also. What is a Galarian? Is that a Galarian Meowth? Yes, it is. Bertram, Gertrude, Horace, Nazcar, and Clint. I don't... Arnold. Alright, am I naming these things now? Let's have a look. Can I name them while I'm in here? No. Wait, can I? Can I name it from here? It doesn't seem so. Also, Jetpack is not a name. I believe there is a Switch sports game that has bowling and tennis. I mean, if you're going to buy me the game, yeah, unless it's a free game, but I can't be throwing money around right now. I already spent too much money getting the game. I mean, getting this game, it was like 20 quid I couldn't afford. And also I went to London yesterday, which I really also couldn't afford, so yeah. Yeah, there are, if there are anything that you want us to do, you know, don't expect it to be immediate. It's going to be a few times before it will happen. Yeah, who's getting these names, by the way? Who, like, you've done names, but you haven't pointed them anywhere. Okay, let's just go for Porygon since I'm using Porygon now. What are we going to use? What is Porygon? Can I change? Oh no, it's do I have to go for this guy over here, don't I?
Here, like 1 penny of sponsoring if you're too broke to go to London.
Thank you for the 1 penny. Very much appreciated. Rate a nickname. You. Name Charmander Bulbasaur. Maybe I could. Lil Paulie. Okay. Yes. What would you like the new name to be? Apparently, Lil Paulie. Where's the dash up there? Little Paulie. Okay. Little Paulie! Oh, I need 100... What's that? What is the badge thing? What badge thing? Oh, you mean for, like, bits? The little bit badge. Yeah, I think you've got to do a certain amount of bits to actually get the badge. I'm not sure. Should I rate another Pokemon's name? Nah, bollocks. I've got stuff to do. I've got to apparently train up this Porygon by passively insert rest of sentence here. You will have Wesley out in front because if it's an electric gym, then we need somebody who's going to use some electric moves. Not electric, water gym, not electric gym. Hey, hey, who are you? You must be a gym challenger, right? If you're looking for the gym, she's at the lighthouse. Lighthouse is, well, if you head towards the sea from here, you shouldn't be able to miss it. Ah, I see. Is it this way? I mean, it's not like I can look around. What's down here? There's a Pokeball. Hey, give me that. Are these a netball? The worst game ever devised. Can I fish out a Pokemon? You reeled your line in too fast. Ah, bollocks. I didn't realise if I pressed it again it would do anything. Yes! Fishy! What are you? Magikarp? Chinchu? Be right back. Phone is dying. That's fine. Perfectly fine. All phones should die eventually. Nobody can live forever. Doesn't affect the wild Chinchu. Oh, don't! Cheats! Come on. Alright, I'll bite you. Of course, it's an electric Pokemon, isn't it? It's just taking the piss. It's like, you know, you go in going, oh, this will be a breeze. Just, you know, use my electric Pokemon. No, you can't. We have Pokemon to counter that. Wesley snapped out of his confusion. Wesley used Bite. At the rate things are going, by the way, if we were ever going to do anything flat packy, it probably would just end up being on one of our channels, because well, when oh fuck, I wanted to catch it. Flat packy really isn't sort of going anywhere at the moment. Oh, that's a lot of levels, Paulie. Oh, and a recycle. Very nice. Alright, let's see if we can do this again. Can we get a Pokemon that isn't weak to electric? That isn't strong to electric? Or, like, immune? Just anything would be nice. Of course not. Alright. Looks like I'm using Bite a few times again. Paulie can't handle that many levels at once. He's going to explode. It's alright, he's digital. It will just probably develop a bug. Then he'll be a bug type. That would be interesting, actually, if they, like, made, you know, Porygon Z should be, like, a bug type as well, because he's buggy, essentially. Or should be able to use bug type attacks. That'd be good. On my laptop now. Good, good, good. I'm glad. You can stick around. You can stay. I like you. Come on, one more bite. This should be fine. There we go. Right. Balls! Somewhat different Pokeball that is more effective when attempting to catch water or bug type. We've got 5 of those. Okay, let's just try a normal Pokeball first, because maybe it'll be necessary to use them later. Oh. Oh. Don't you dare. Thank you. Chinchou! Name! We're gonna need a name. Give us a name. Also, watch Paulie go zoom. Whoa, there he goes. Couldn't really see it, it's behind me, but yeah. Paulie go zoom. One more bite, this should be fine. Is the name of my sex tape. Oh. I think I rented that. Paulie and Magnet Rise. Nigel grew to level 23. Yay! Okay. We could name it Tim. There we go. Center box. BRB. Okie dokie. See you in a bit. Oh, shiny. Super potions. They're just giving stuff away. What the hell are these? I don't know what the name of those things are. Wait, are you the person? You must be a gym challenger, right? Yep, I am. Hi. How did you know? You're one of those ones endorsed by Leon, right? I don't know. Are you psychic? Are you a witch? Bloody witches. You've become something of a hot topic among the... mention hot topic. Here you go, Mr. Famous. I'm not called Mr. Famous. I already heard about you, so you should learn about me too. Oh. Okay, is everything on the card? Let's head to the stadium. I love fishing, but I love Pokemon battles even more. And I'm itching for a battle with you. Should get a cream for that. Is there, like, anything behind here? No? Can I not even go behind there? Right, if I go this way... Aha! Prizes. Electro Web. Ooh, that sounds good. User attacks, captures opposers... Okay. Can any Pokemon learn that? She has crabs. Indeed. That's the joke. Electro Web. Hang on, what does Paulie have already? Oh, I suppose we'll find out if we go that way. Paulie can learn it. Oh! Well, there we go, it's just straight away. There must not have been like another move there. Fair enough. Well, now it knows Electro Web, which means it'll also be pretty good against water attacks. Hooray! Now we have that under our belt. But that will just be, like, emergency if necessary. Right, what crazy dealings do I have to do here? Pokeball! Hey! You're the ball guy. Yes, I know. I see you have a fishing rod. In that case, I've got the perfect Pokeball for you. Is it a bunch of netballs? A lure ball. I would like a lure ball, thank you. Pokeball that is good for catching Pokemon that you reel in with a rod while out fishing. Ooh. Please stop. Please stop doing that. If you manage to catch a Pokemon using your fishing rod, then it's time to use that lure ball. It's the absolute best Pokeball for people who like Pokemon that live in the water. Pokeballs are just full of surprises, don't you think? I don't want you to talk to me ever again. Hey. Hey there, Gym Challenger. Shall we start processing you to get ready? Yeah, alright, fine. You have to go to the change into your uniform. Okay, then, let's do that. Kick him in the balls. I don't think he's got any. I think he's, the whole ball for a head is just compensating for what he lacks. You can't use your Pokemon box link. That's fine. I forgot it was. I forgot I could do that anyway. This is possibly the only Pokemon game that allows you to do that. Change your Pokemon on the fly while you're out. This is very elaborate. Okay. The Hulbury Pokemon Gym's mission is this: a challenging maze, and you must reach the goal to clear the mission. However, some paths in the maze are blocked by water. What should you do then? Give up and go home, I would suspect. I feel like drowning is very likely here. Can I swim? Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. Try pressing that red button over there, and I imagine you'll figure it out, future champ. Okay. Now let the gym mission begin. Okay, alright. Well, it's immediately going to be a fight, isn't it? Welcome to Hulbury Stadium. Ready to bask in the beauty of water-type moves? I don't like water Pokemon. They're a bit shit. I mean, it's not like I don't like water Pokemon. It's just they seem to be quite rare. Like you only ever encounter them in rare instances, and like nobody ever has them except for like these people. Anyone that you find in the sea. So yeah, there's no usual use for them. Like there's not a lot of people wandering around with fire type Pokemon. So why bother? You can use other types. Please do not form a link with your Pokemon's box. Is that the ghastly painting in the background? Kick her in the balls. I could. Grumpy looking bitch, isn't she? Fucking hell. Get a fucking haircut. I don't know. Okay, Spark. Oh, let's guess you're immune to electric attacks. What are you? Timpole. What is a Timpole? Okay, that works. Super effective. Paralyzed? Very nice. Yes, it is the ghastly painting in the background. I know, it's terrible. Absolutely ghastly. Little Paulie's learning. Jim grew to level 22. Little Paulie grew to level 11. 11? 11. You only have one Pokemon? Okay, that's fine. Some people can go their whole lives without catching any more Pokemon. Me, personally, I prefer to have all the Pokemon. Okay, I can't go that way. Sploosh. Ah, sploosh. Come on. Just stop. Stop it. Fucking GTA physics. Here we go. Let's have a fight. I'm not even near you. How eager are you? Also, are you a twin? I think I met your twin. See, she's got crabs. It looks amazing from this angle. What angle? What, the flat angle that it's on? Yeah. It was ghastly. Ghastly. Absolutely ghastly. Oh, really? It's really that weak? I need to give Wesley a lot of electric moves. Powerful electric moves. Please stop spinning. If she has 2 Krabbies, then she definitely has crabs. Is it going to be another one? Come on. Corefish. That's nearly a crab. Sort of lobstery type thing. No, I don't want to swap. I don't know why I'm doing that. Oh, and I've got a grass type Pokemon, haven't I? So even if like Wesley goes down, I can deal with it with grass moves. Very nice. Oh, don't leer at me. Oh no. Help. It's weird derpy eyes. Are you a relative of a Magikarp? You look very similar. Maybe you evolved from it. Can you imagine that, like, there being a pre-evolution to Magikarp, and then they both go off in like a fish and crab sort of direction? That'd be pretty good. Bowie just got to level 21. Very nice. Yay! Wasn't sure about the right thing to do in that battle. Maybe choose different types of Pokemon. Then you are a gym person, aren't you? You are meant to use the type of Pokemon that this gym promotes. So does that? Aha. There's a blue one there. Oh, that's for that one, isn't it? You look nervous. Ah! You're looking the wrong way. However, do you have a fight? I think I could win this. Unless you've got like a Gastrodon or something like that. Or a Mudkip. Remoraid. I don't know if that's got some secret type. I think it's just water. Oh, please. Please be kind. I won't. Whoops. Everything evolves into Krabby eventually. I hope so. I wish I had more legs. Mine is still sore from all the walking yesterday. And racing you up the escalators. That was a bad idea. I am a fat man. It was not good. Felt like I was going to die and be sick. All of the things. Hey, I know you. What do we call it? Reginald? Okay. Is that everybody? Have we defeated everyone? It feels like a very small challenge. Is there anyone down here? Or is this just like the exit? I think this is just the exit. Okay. So, what's that? That's yellow, so we need to go down here? Come on. There we go. Ah! Problem. Wait. How? Wait, so I need to find a red button. Wait, no, I can go down there, can't I? Is there a red button down there? Does it turn off all the reds? do they turn off all the reds? I see. I can't go that way. So let's just check to see if that's turned off this one. It has. Aha! Better. Wait a minute. But now, oh wait, no, I can go down there, can't I? I can loop round. I see. So that was a little bit challenging. Just an itsy teensy weeny wily bit. Hey! Have some steam. I've got some steam now. I have been endowed with steam. Hey. Look, everybody in the world has come to celebrate me beating your ass. Who are they over there? In the booth. Are they 2D? They look like they're 2D. I would imagine they would be, just to save, like, space. They do look a bit sort of cardboard. Maybe they're not really there. I doubt people would, like, come all this way. And the towns would be much busier if they had all these people wandering around. I think you already realised, but I'm Nessa. Sorry to have made you look for me. I don't doubt my humble mission's difficulty, yet you cleared it. Your mind as Pokemon trainer must be quite refined. So you're like the second person I've fought, like, professionally, so don't worry about it. I'm not great. She looks like she's from Splatoon. She looks like a squid. No matter what kind of plan your refined mind may be plotting, my partner and I will be sure to sink it. Nessa the Undresser. I mean, she's fairly dressed. I mean, enough to cover up the bits. Also, floaty stuff around her waist. If you don't have a Lapras, how did you get your leg up there? If you don't have a Lapras, I'm going to be very disappointed. Oh, yes, this thing. Okay. Keep her away from the children. Keep her away from everything. Just leave her in here. I'm gonna go Dynamax first. Max Lightning. Okay. So they all sort of change to the same sort of attack. If they all change the same attack, do they all have the same stats, or are they just a different level of stat? Alright, calm down. Don't wowf me. Oh, are we gonna have massive Goldeen? Owie! Ooh. I don't even think I needed to be Dynamax for this. Electric current ran across. Okay. So does that mean, like, all the water types that she's going to bring out are going to be a bit zappy? Aracuda? No, I don't want to switch my Pokemon. I'd have to carry around a gigantic Pokeball with me. He's a happy little chappy. Got a smiley face. I like it. Large puppy. Indeed, he is large. Still can't get over short steps. Oh, we barely even got to see Arrokuda. Oh, it's even happy while it's dying. I like Arrokuda. He is a happy man. Dreadnought. No idea what that is either. Well, this is... It's 3 turns, isn't it? And then I go back to normal. What the hell is that? What happened to Squirtle? Squirtle looks ill. Flood the stadium and make it our ocean, Dreadnought. Oh no. Could you not? Please? Oh. Why does the gym leader Dynamax their Pokemon? I don't... Just to get, like, better stats out of them or something. No! Wesley, no! Wait. Oh, okay. I didn't completely die. Come on. Come on. Take it out. One hit. One hit. No! Now I've got Tiny Puppy back. I think I can take this out in like 2 more hits. Oh. No. Oh no, Wesley. Poor Wesley. It's raining. Okay, Jim. You're gonna have to get out there. Is never going to make it. Isn't never going to make it. That's a double negative. So he is going to make it. Do the doggy paddle. I don't think a pumpkin to do the doggy paddle. Raise a leaf. No. Oh, why must you be? Come on. Poor Jim. Who have we got left? Who could we use? We have. I mean, there's no way Paul is going to do it. Stephen? Stephen? I don't know. Hang on. Water. Gas and electric is good against it. Okay. Wait. Bo, stop going to the side there, Bowie. We'll try with Stephen. We just need to get that health down. That's all we need. It's fine. We can just go through our Pokemon. Bulldoze is pretty powerful. Razor Shell. Stephen avoided. Yes, because he's tiny. I reckon, like, if you were to mow the lawn and a Diglett came up, it would not even hit. It's so small. Tiny, tiny things. One more. No. 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 Stephen! Oh, Stephen did. Stephen did. It might be a bad idea sticking little Paulie out. But I'm going to try it. Go on. Come on, Paul. Look at him. Shiny ass. I can only get a low poly one, unfortunately. It's not... Yes, I couldn't afford it. I just couldn't afford it. Magnet right. Electro Web. Do. Razor oh, no. Oh. Okay. That was a terrible idea. Why do you get the first attack every single time? Stop it. Please. Okay, Nigel. After this I'm going to start having to like, revive people. Nigel. Nigel. I don't remember what attack was what. Assurance? Oh, thank you, Nigel. Little Paulie's got the Mafia on his side. Yeah, I suppose so. But he died. I mean, someone else has got to, like, take his spot. Whoever killed him takes his spot. I think that's how the Mafia works. Yay, we won, even though you basically took out every single one of my Pokemon. Brilliant. How can this be? Alright, Miss Theatrical. Now that I've battled you, I think I understand. Continue to seize victories in the gym challenge with your Pokemon. Will do! You have an incredible spirit that may even be strong enough to challenge the champion. I mean, yeah. I'm fairly certain I'm going to win this game. You and your Pokemon are indeed deserving of this gym badge. Ooh, what does this one look like? Are you handing it off secretly in my hand? Like someone would give someone else money? Yay, Pokemon up to level 30 will behave themselves. In my butt? My sincere congratulations for your victory over Gym Leader Nessa. Please take this commemorative TM. Whirlpool. I hate Whirlpool. It's the worst attack. The user traps target in a violent swirling Whirlpool 4 to 5 turns. I'm always on the receiving end of a Whirlpool. I hate that. It's the worst. Got a water uniform. Didn't know I could get new uniforms. I thought I had to buy them. Does that mean it's not going to be? What does it look like? Yeah, it's not here anymore because I've got it. Nice. Oh, okay. Psychic uniform. So if I need to like keep an eye on what these people are wearing. Maybe not the gym leaders, I think it's pretty obvious, but like if I see them, it'll be obvious because they'll be wearing a specific type of uniform. Okay. Yes, I'm done shopping. Leave me alone. Can I have another Pokeball, please? Now that I've defeated... If you manage to catch a Pokemon using it... Yep. Give me another one. Give me another ball. I want a ball. Ah, God damn you. Give me another ball. Gyms are just a cover-up for drug lords. You said it. And do not keep the chairman waiting. Head to the seafood restaurant, the captain's table. So you will not forget the chairman's face. I will give you one of his league cards. Haven't I already got one? Didn't I meet him at one point? You got Rose's league card. Hooray! You put the league card in your album. Chairman Rose is the kind of man who gets downhearted if he doesn't take care of things he needs to right away. Go to the seafood restaurant as soon as possible so as to not keep the chairman waiting. Alright. What she's wearing is not exactly practical, is it? It's just... I mean, what, she's supposed to be like a professor or something? Or like an aide? She doesn't look like she's dressed for any of this. What's up here? Ooh. Full heal. Nice. She looks like she's dressed for, like, kinky bedtime. Ooh, train station. Okay. What's in these houses? Oh, hey. If a gym leader is too weak, their gym will be relegated to a minor division. Really? A bit harsh. Everything my mum cooks is yummy, and everything in the restaurant is also yummy. You got anything in your bin? Why is there never anything in the bins? There's never anything in the bloody bins. Can I go through here? Hello? Oops. What about in your drawers? Can I have some money? Okay, fine. Sorry, have I interrupted something? You seem to have a couple of whooper. It's hard to tell if a whooper is female or male. Can you do it? I dread to think what we're about to do. Are we about to look up its arse? Yo. That one says yo. Yo! Garçon! Tee-hee. Am I checking? Can I go back to you now? I don't know, can I do it? Is this a task, or am I... Is there anything in your bin? Is there anything in the bloody bins? Is there no difference? I mean, they usually do make them have a difference. Maybe there's, like, a different sized tail, or, like, different shaped... Oh, wait, yeah, they've got, like, different shaped antennas on the side. So... I imagine the males are the ones with 2, and the females are these ones. UCTLCM, hello, how are you doing? The ear, yes, the ears. JL got it right away, way before I did. An ad is starting in about 3 minutes, so I apologise for that. Oh, hello. Who are you? Hello. I've got high hopes for you. I mean, I say that to every challenger, of course. So, does that make you insincere? The fuck was that? Team Yell Goons? What about the Team Yell? What's the deal with those Team Yell Goons? I don't know! I really don't know. Ooh, another house. Hi. Don't catch too many Pokemon. That'll deplete the sea life. I don't think so. Good Fisher is also a good Pokemon trainer. That's because a Fisher has to make quick judgments to just in the sea. I think, first of all, anything in your bin? No. I think we should dredge the sea for Pokemon. That'd be good, wouldn't it? And everyone can get a water Pokemon. You've got a Cotton Puff, whatever this is. Swirl, I don't know what that is. Hey! Kids from The Shining. We're taking care of the house while Mum and Dad are out. It's hiding, but my Pokemon is here to help too. What's hiding? This isn't hiding. Like you, are you talking? If any bad guys come, our Pokemon will protect us. So is there like a second Pokemon in here, or is it just this one? Anything on TV? Apparently there is something on TV. Just... hopefully it won't break. It's alright, only the kids will get in trouble. They look like antennas. They do look like antennas. Squee! I don't think that's what it was. It's called a Stuffle, isn't it? So why is it saying squee? Not a single bite today, but I still need to polish my gear. That sounds like a euphemism. I mean, Pokemon are bound to bite if my gear's nice and shiny, right? I don't really know what you're saying. Not a single bite today. Oh, yeah, you're saying it again. Maybe you don't have a bear with you. Base their game in Britain, but don't call them TMs, I see. Now we call them a cuppa, indeed. Anything in your bin? I mean, there is obviously things in your bin, but can I take them? No? I remember when Professor Magnolia first presented her findings on the Dynamax phenomenon. The whole Galar region was in such a spin. I'm leaving your TV on. What the fuck? Diggy dig? Isn't... I don't think that's... Are these things saying words? Can I understand Pokemon? I have Champion Leon's lead card too. Great. Diggy dig. They don't say... What Pokemon is that? I don't think it says dig in its name. Or is it just making noises that sound like Diggy dig? All of Britain excited seems unrealistic. Indeed. They, when it's football, it's pretty much a nation of idiots. Yay, all my Pokemon are back. Thanks for waiting. Yamper and the rest of your team should be all better now. We hope to see you again. Okay, so I'm about to fight a Fire-type gym now, so... Do I have any water Pokemon that I can use? Try Lotto ID. Hell is that? Now connected to the servers at the Lotto ID center. We'll draw a number, and if it's a match for the ID number of any of your Pokemon, you could win fabulous prizes. Ready to save your progress and try your luck? Yeah? Now saving your adventure. Don't turn off the power. Best of luck. Here's your number, 77981. Let's see if it matches any Pokemon ID numbers. Really? Really? The number matches up with the ID of Shinx. My Shinx? Look at the last digit. Look, the last digit matched. Wait, so it's like any one of those numbers? Oh, great. Moo Milk. I thought it was like the whole string of numbers, not just like one of the numbers in there. Look forward to your next attempt. Maybe. That's a dwarf. What's a dwarf? What? Diggy dig? Diggy diggy hole? I don't know what you're talking about. Why is everyone out here? Hello, Chairman Rose. Can I have an autograph? I want your babies. Please get inside me. Bit rude. The fact your character is the same height as most adults, even though we're like 12. Yeah. Although I've seen some 14-year-olds that are like the size of an adult, so you know it's not out of the question. Welcome to the seafood restaurant, the Captain's Table. Is that what it's called, the Captain's Table? Oh. Hey, I want to talk to the chef. Compliments to the chef. Chairman Rose comes here incognito.
Well, you can't grow concrete.
You can. See you, Cameron.
See you, Cameron. In my butt! Let's celebrate your recent victory. In my butt. Oh, were you invited too? Yeah, I know. I show up everywhere. So we're gonna have a meal? That's great. I haven't eaten like a century. Maybe you stopped growing at the age of 12 in this universe. Yeah. Holbury is a seafood town. Really? Never have guessed. There's a Pokemon out there. Naturally, if one is going to eat here, the obvious choice is the local cuisine. Everything on the menu is delicious. By the way, how is Professor Magnolia getting on? She's old. She's still old. Very old. I'm quite indebted to her, you know. She was the one who figured out how to unleash the power of wishing stars and use that power to Dynamax Pokemon. We would never have been able to create Dynamax bands without her. Sigh. She was saying that there's still so much we don't know about Dynamaxing. It's causing her some worry. She even made me take a power spot detector with me when I started traveling. A power spot detector? That's the device that allowed me to discover the power spots. Who'd have thought? Fucking hell. Locations that emit Gala particles, of course, and allow Pokemon to Dynamax. So are they gonna be called Gala particles in like the next game if it's still a thing? I would imagine they'd probably like go, oh, I discovered the Spanish version of Gala particles or whatever it is. I don't like hearing that Professor Magnolia is so worried. If only there was something I could do. Medicate her? Sonia, it may be good for you to visit the vault in Hammerlock. I believe the key to unlocking the secrets of the Dynamax phenomenon lies in the history. Yes. Understood, Chairman. I will arrange a meeting with Miss Sonia. This is very much a sort of Posh and Bex looking thing going on here. However, I believe it is about time we get going, Chairman. But I've hardly had a chance to speak within my butt. It's regrettable, but I suppose it can't be helped. If something needs to get done, there's no time like the present after all. In any case, I bid you all farewell. Bye! You didn't even get to eat, but bye. See you later. Does he think he's doing me a favour? He hasn't done anything. That's the problem. Are they going to eat Pokemon? I was gonna say, like, if I have to like do a little mini game where I have to pick something on the menu, and it's all like, you know, fried Magikarp in, I don't know, Paris mushroom or something, that'd be a bit horrific, wouldn't it? He's right that the vault would be a good place to look for info on the legends, but you got the water badge, yeah? Defeating Ness is no small feat. Here's a TM as a reward. I already got one. Don't worry about it. No, I got Whirlpool. It's fine. Okay, fine, I've had it. The user gets revenge for a fainted ally. If an ally fainted in the previous turn, this move's power is increased. Interesting. This is a good friend. Perhaps I should drop in on her. Until next time, Gym Challenger. And then she walks off. What's this? Peakish! That was literally saying, It's humming. Oh, bloody hell, you again. Alright, mate. You've got both the grass badge and the water badge by now, right? Yeah, good. Right, now we can still be friends. In that case, we're both headed for Motorstoke and the fire gym leader, Kaboo. Kaboo? Like kaboom? Is he gonna have explodey Pokemon? How about I share with you a little tip about that leader, Kaboom? From what I heard, he's holed up now in Gala Mine number 2, undergoing some special training. If he's in there, then we can't take him on in Motorstoke, even if we zip right over there, putting the brakes on our gym challenge. So I say we head to Gala Mine number 2 ourselves. Let's go see what all the fuss is about. You can go and do that. I am going to go this way. Did I heal my Pokemon? I don't remember if I did that. I did do that, didn't I? I haven't had a fight since the gym. Alright, so I am going to go this way. Ooh. Aha! Shell Bell. What does that do? An item to be held by a Pokemon. The holder restores a little bit of HP every time it inflicts damage on the others. I remember. I can't remember who it was. It was it my Gengar? Reinhardt? He had a Shell Bell. In Pokemon Diamond, I think it was. Yeah, alright, let's give that to somebody. What are we doing? We want... Is it that? It was already there, wasn't it? Yeah. Shell Bell. Give to... Who will need it most? I think Steven is pretty weak. Steven needs... Oh god, yeah, he's got the least health. Yeah. In that case... Wait, I've got feathers, haven't I? I can use feathers on him as well. Or at least a feather. Health feather. You know, slightly increases the HP. That's perfect. I'm going to use that on Steven. And he gets... 1. Okay. That's alright, that's fine. I'm going to give the Silk Scarf to Little Paulie, because he's a normal type. And I think he's got normal moves. Heavy duty boots prevent the effects of traps on the battlefield. Yeah, I think we're good with all the things. I hope Kaboo looks like a Kabuto. I hope he looks like an explosion. Just an explosion, an exploded person. Just blah. Just bits of him all over the place. Shell Belt and Leech Seed is really broken, or at least it used to be. Doesn't it only heal like one bit of health, like every attack? Maybe I'll consider giving it to Jim then. Hey, you! When you see one of those giant Pokemon while fishing in the wild area, it feels like it's either catch or be caught. Maybe. Any shinies here? No. So, what's in this market? Do we have... Hey. Hey up! Welcome to the herb shop. Let's see what you buy, shall we? Okay. Energy powder. Energy root. Hang on, so that's 60. But these are going to be, like, bitter, aren't they? They're not going to like me after it. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm not going to bother. I'll probably just find all the resources I need on the floor anyway. Hey! 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 You! Give me some stuff. Get a whiff of that fragrance. Is it Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina? Is this Gwyneth Paltrow? Are you Gwen? How about some incense for you, boy? No! 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 Please! Wait. An item to be held with Pokemon that doubles any prize money received in the... Ooh, actually, maybe. An item to be held by Pokemon that helps give a Pokemon... Helps keep wild Pokemon away if the holder is the head of the party. Incense, maybe attack to miss. Wait, may cause attacks to miss its holder. Boost the power of psychic type moves. Boost the power of rock type moves. I assume that's... Wait, wave and sea essence. Power of water. That's also boost the power of water. Boost the power of grass types. Did I give Jim anything? Is Jim holding anything? Oh, no, I'm on a bike now. I don't want to do that. I pressed the wrong button. Jim, are you holding anything? You're not. Right. Are they disposable? Do they disappear if they're used once, or is it just... Like, will I have to come back and get them? I suppose I can buy one and find out, can't I? Yeah, give me that. Yeah, see, it's asking me for many, so... I suppose there are many grass-type Pokemon, so, yeah. Would you like one jar of rose incense? Yeah. Give me some rose incense. Yeah. Okay. Jim! Jim! Where are you? Jim? I've got something for you. It may smell odd, but here you go. I don't know what Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina smells like. I don't want to know what Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina smells like, so I'm gonna assume it doesn't smell like rose, or plants, or grass, or anything, although I don't know what's in her diet. Possibly just, you know, lies and deceit. Fuck is this? Tron? Hey, please tell me what this is. Galamine number 2 is a good spot full of rock solid Pokemon. Yeah, but what the fuck is this am I looking at? It looks like a really bad... You know those rides that you get? Those little ones that you put like 20p and it's like... outside shops. It looks like one of those. Except it's actually a living thing. This is a much bigger mine, and it's got a surprising entrance. You think this be off to the side, not just like this. What the hell is that? A pair of waving arms are trying to kill me. Okay, let's swap my Pokemon out. If it's going to be rocks, we're going to get Jim out. Yeah, swap to Jim. Okay. Ooh, hello. Are you going to be a proper water-type Pokemon, or are you just going to be something that's also like a ground-type? Please don't be. I already have one of you! Shell Bell, Leech Seed, Drain, High Defense, Grass types equals lives forever. Sounds good. Could I... I'll do Bullet Seed. I want to see how good this is. I don't think I've used Bullet Seed yet. Ow! Do you mind? That was a critical hit? Oh, you are terrible. Nah, that's not bad. Oh. Wait, one more. Oh, that was brilliant. Oh, Jim, you're amazing. So it was hit 3 times. Yeah, I could see. Wow. You are amazing. Little Paulie is getting up a few levels. Very, very, very good. Oh. Go on. Magnet Rise, Electro Web. What? How much? That's power 55. The user levitates using electrically generated magnetism for 5 turns. What? So... What? So it's like Dig would fail if it was in effect. The user levitates. Yeah, it seems like that's how that works. The user recycles a held item that has been used in battle, so it can be used again. I don't think I see myself using that. No, I never give my Pokemon things like berries, so yeah, I'm going to replace that. Also, why is Porygon just all electric moves? That's weird. I need you to learn Tri-Attack. Levitate means immunity to ground moves. Oh, immunity to ground moves. Oh, okay, we're in a fight. Okay. Here's the situation. You're weak to this, so you're gonna die. That's just how it is, okay? Oh god, trying to kill Jim. Please don't kill Jim. Oh, I should have used Bullet Seed. Oh, I should have used Bullet Seed. I like it. Please don't do that. From special attack rose, but now I'm confused. Great. Please don't be confused. Don't hit yourself. Don't hit yourself. Yes! Oh no. That was only 2 times. Why are you... Aren't you like a... water... Oh. No, Krogunk is water fighting, isn't it? Alexa, what type is Krogunk?
Gyarados is a dual-type water and flying Pokemon.
I didn't say Gyarados. Alexa, what type of Pokemon is Krogunk?
Here's something I found on the web. According to studyhippo.com, it is a normal-type Pokemon.
No, it's not! No, it's not! Look at it! That's obviously not normal! Poison Ground. Is it Poison Ground? Oh, fuck, I'm doing Shadow Sneak. Maybe it will be better. So what's Poison weak against? Ground and Psychic. And Ground is obviously Water, Grass and Ice, which I have none of. Wait, no, if it's weak against Grass, then it should be working. Poison fighting. So it is fighting. I figured it was fighting. So fighting, I sort of want to use Flying, Psychic and Fairy. Yeah. Which means I've got the wrong Pokemon out. Jim? I need you to swap out... I need... Oh god. No, not Bowie. Oh, Bowie's got the only one with the only one with Fairy Attack, but it's not even really going to attack. Alright. Tank it, Jim. Tank. In fact, you know, Leech Seed. Perfect. I want some of my health back. I was lied to. Poison fighting, which evens out to normal. Fuck, Alexa. Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf. No! Jim! Jim held on. Come on. Jim. Oh, you are amazing, Jim. Yeah. Steven's leveling up. Okay. So let's try and... Oh, we probably should have tried and caught that crow gun. But then it probably would have murdered us. So... yeah. Let's try a potion on this guy. Jim. There you go. We'll use a few on you. Because I've got plenty of these things. There we go. Very nice. Jim, you're back with us. You nearly died. I want to see what comes out of this. Please don't be another Tootle. Hate Tootle. I said no Tootles! It's fine. Bullet seed it. That was successful last time. Yeah, Tootle's getting chewed up. Please don't just be two. Ah, come on, come on. Oh, fuck you! Doesn't affect Jim. Ha! More! Do it again! Jim is a good floating pumpkin. He's the yes! The most valuable pumpkin. With a wig. Jim grew! Bowie grew! Yes, everyone must grow. Make my monster grow! Oh, can you just let me move, like, just a few meters without having to deal with something? B-Day, you again? Yeah. Everything is so shiny! Like they got the star glow on everything. Hey, look at it! It's my birthday! I'd feel sorry for my Pokemon if I made them take part in a battle against low-level opponents. I'm not in the mood to deal with weaklings right now. Then again, I suppose it's a form of mercy to crush weak opponents early on. If you're under the misguided impression that you're stronger than me, then surely you would be up for Pokemon battle. Yeah, I'll beat you again. It's fine. It's utterly inconceivable that I, the challenger, chosen by the chairman, will lose. Well, he never did have good taste. Solucis, that's a grass Pokemon. Oh, I think it's a grass type Pokemon anyway. Anyway, I'm going to use a ghost. Because apparently it's super effective. Very effective. Huh, looks like you've grown a bit. Only a little bit. About an inch. Oh, I don't like that. You know what? I'm not going to risk it. Just get this thing dead. Sometimes I like to be efficient, like using a lesser attack to just take off that little bit of health. But I don't know how good that Pokemon's attacks are going to be against that. If I use a grass against a grass, it may say it's effective, but it may not be. So yeah, it's effective to a point. Great. You could have really helped me out a bit earlier if you were just, you know, super effective. Gothita. Dark attacks. What a dark good against. Psychic and Ghost. So I need someone with fighting attacks, which I think I've got. Who's got fighting attacks? I forgot. Nigel. No. Somebody has... Oh, who? Nobody has them. I swear I had somebody who had, like, you know, like rock crush or something. Really? Ah! God damn it! So who else would I have? Bug, fairy, fighting. I have none of those. But what's it bad against? Fighting dark and fairy. In which case, Nigel, you're going out. Yeah. The way that's read is whatever is up. Like, you know, if I do dark, because this is what I've got. Dark types are good against psychic and ghost. Bad against fighting dark and fairy. Weak against fighting bug and fairy. So I'll have to put like a little thing on there, because even I forget sometimes, like, how to read that. So yeah, that's what that means. I forget a lot of the time. The chairman, half man, half chair. That is indeed how that works. Wait, so is Gothita not? Dark types aren't weak against... Oh, they are weak against dark. No, they're not. They're bad against dark, but they're not weak against it. So how is that super effective? It's weird. Is Gothita even a dark Pokemon? It should be. Maybe it's a fairy type. Doesn't know. Ponyta. Well, I think, who have we got? Do I have any water types? You know what, Nigel, you can stay out. It's a unicorn. Okay, let's just see what happens. Oh god, that is just... Friendship is magic. Well, yep, that's it. That's a dead Ponyta. Features a psychic type. Oh, so that's why it was super effective. Ah, makes sense. Paulie! Nigel grew to level 25, Paulie grew to level 17. Very nice. Hatteen. I don't remember what this is. Nigel's doing fine. I'll keep him out. Not everyone can go to my team like this. Oh, fairy. Psychic fairy? I don't know. Psychic. We'll say it's psychic. One hit. Perfect. Wesley grew! Grrr. Get a watch that fits. Come on. Floaty person. Look at that floaty watch. Weird. You showed at least a little effort, so I decided I should let you win. That was not a decision you made. Wesley's evolving? I didn't know it could evolve. What's it going to evolve into? Please don't be a bulldog. Is it going to be a bulldog? Boltund. Wesley got pretty. Look, he's a pretty dog. What kind of dog's that meant to be? Like a pit bull or something? Wesley, you look amazing. Ah, pardon me, it seems I must take back my words. You're not weak, you just lack talent. Your chances of completing the gym challenge are pretty slim. I must stay. I must... Oh, in fact, yeah, do stay. I must say, here, I'll give you this. Something to show you at least tried. Oh, you got a league card. Hardly surprising. Everyone's got a league card. I wouldn't be surprised if that person back there has got a league card. Now, where shall I go next to collect wishing stars? Just apparently stay out in the open. They fall to the ground all the time. I got one. In fact, I got two. Is that a shuckle? It is a shuckle. I'm going to... no. I'm going to just quickly go for a break, because I need a coffee. Also, I think I've got a great big booger in my nose that I need to get rid of all of a sudden. So, yeah. I'll see you in a bit. BRB. It wasn't a muffling. It was literally your microphone glitching out, or the transfer between the server, because it wasn't just muffling. It was
copyright registered trademark. Copyright registered trademark.
I can't hear any words.
Trademark. Copyright registered trademark.
Okay.
Copyright registered trademark.
And I've got copyright registered trademark. Copyright registered trademark as well as you're doing it as well. Come on, run, bitch, run! Come on, dance. You call that running? Work those chicken legs and all the other cliches. Doing that. Oh my god,
We're doing Kish
as well.
Did he do it? I wonder if that shows up on the stream.
No, because it's literally just these running out of power.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a shame. You should try to emulate it and then have it as like a button in your soundboard. So yeah, this is what it sounds like.
What it sounds like is when you are sitting on a duvet.
I can't say.
Or see, okay, like when you're pissing against a tent, that sort of fabric.
Yeah, I've never done that either, but I know what you mean. Somehow.
It's the same sort. It's like that
It's
sort
like
of
rain
fabric.
hitting like a tarpaulin.
Or yeah, or rain. You know, either way.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference between you and I. I'm normal. I think about things like rain, and you're like, yeah, it's like piss. It's like pissing on a tent. It's like really.
It's like pissing on a. Why did I go to piss? Of course, like rain. It's like rain, not
Like
piss.
rain. Like you're pissing on a tent. Did you remember water?
Fuck's sake. I haven't put nearly enough in there to fuck it up. I've been keeping track. Why did I go straight to piss? I don't understand.
Degenerate. Degenerate?
I don't often piss against tents.
Yeah, nah. You said duvet first, that's what gets me. Fucking duvet.
Shut up, okay?
I'm gonna walk past your room in a couple of days and just do
I was trying to think of a big bit of like
penis.
fabric or something, and the only thing I could think of was duvet. But then I went, no, duvet doesn't work because it's not the same material as like a tarpaulin or anything. I could have said tarp.
Yeah, literally, I said rainwater on a tarpaulin. You said pissing on a fucking duvet. Nice.
Why did you shout gays? Gays!
And I thought shouting Chernobyl was weird.
I would have thought I would have spawned on the bit that I died, not popping out of a thing. I don't know, what do you say to people who get married? Happy marriage? Happy... well done? What do you say? Well done. You found a person who will put up with you for longer than your friends. Ask Alexa what the notification is. No, because it's probably just some, you know, it's something I bought earlier. Ugh. Alexa, what are my notifications?
One new notification from Amazon Shopping. Last month, you bought How to Make a Dress, Adventures in the Art of Style on Amazon. How many stars would you rate it from 1 to 5?
I bought that for my mum off my Amazon.
Star rating can only be a whole number from 1 to 5.
Shut up!
How many stars would you rate it?
I don't know, 5?
Thanks. Your rating will help other customers make better choices.
How to make a dress. Give me the dick! Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Do I make you Randy? No, it's not Austin Powers.
This week you should be able to decide a straightforward outcome for these referendums. Just remember, respect, responsibility, and integrity.
Respect, responsibility, and integrity.
5 trespassers have snuck down onto the trolley line even though signs warn them of the dangers.
Kill them!
The trolley is currently heading for a co-worker.
Kill
Do
them!
you let your co-worker
Kill the trespassers!
sacrifice the delinquent?
Kill the trespassers, quicker! Come on, they Get off me, Ipsy! Piggy Ipsy! Hello? Is this how I survive? My life just revolves around arcade games? Oh, no. There's a fucking goose in here! Did you see the goose? There was a fucking goose in here! Oh, fuck, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I such a cunt? There's a fucking goose in here!
I like big boats and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl rows in sitting in a little skiff and a motor on the back, you get stiff.
Hello, welcome back. Welcome back, me. Now, there's 2 shuckles. That means I've got to go and get one. What type is a shuckle? Shuckle's a water type, I imagine? I think Jim will be fine. Shuckle! Okay. Jim's Frisk. What the hell was that? Something about berry juice? Oh, maybe Shuckle isn't. Okay. That's fine. Shuckle is going to be one of those ones you just sort of chip away at. Ooh. 4 times. Good. Oh, not roll out. Come on. I hate roll out. Okay, we'll do 1 razor leaf. And then we'll try and stuff it in a ball. Oh, what was that? Did he eat a berry? No cheats! Okay, fuck it, leech seed. There's another shuckle there in case I need one. If I necessarily need a shuckle, I know where to come. They don't seem to be rare. Oh, blimey. Can I have some health back, please? Give me that back. Thanks. I'll do another bullet seed, see how that goes. Ooh. Please do 5 times, that'd be ideal. Can you stop using rollout? Can you just stop using roll? Oh, for God's sake. Jim! No, my poor Jim. Okay. Stephen, you're in your natural habitat. Surely you should have, like, extra stats because of this. Sucker punch. Just do one. Just a little one. Just enough to get the hit. Yes, get it into the red. That's perfect. Oh, please, Stephen. Stephen. But leech seed helped. Nope. 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 Bag. Get in the bag. Get in the bag. This is going to be like the one chance I'm going to be able to get it in a ball. Be leech seeded to death. Oh. Oh. Yes. Get in that ball. Thank you. Shuckle. Shuckle was caught. Shuckle my dick. Little Paulie's nearly up to like the 20s. We could probably get him out actually and do some fighting with him. What should we call Shuckle? And I swear, if you call him Sheldon, I'm gonna fucking murder you. I will find you and I will murder you. Sheldon is not a good name for a Shuckle. I've seen so many people call Shuckle Sheldon. It's old, okay? It's so old. We're calling it Sheldon. Unless you've got a better name. Fuckle. I'm not calling it Fuckle. I don't know. Sergio. Sergio? Michelle. it's in Michelle. I suppose it is a female, and yeah, Michelle does sort of work. It's a bit of a pun. Mick. Michelle. Is that how you spell Michelle? How do you spell Michelle? That is Michelle. Good. Michelle. Send into a box, please. Greg. We'll save Greg for someone else. We don't want to have Stephen and Greg. Not right away. Right. Can I see what's in here now? Are we gonna get a another? Whoops. I accidentally tapped it. Are we gonna get another Tootle? I'd rather not. Magikarp's ugly brother, Corfish. Oh yeah, Jim fainted. Forgot about that. I'll use Nuzzle because I have no idea how powerful you are. That is the worst animation for an attack ever. What? I fell for the taunt. Animation's terrible. I love it. Double hit. Ow! Ow! I want a Corfish. Corfish. Corfish! Be in my balls. I want crabs. Okay. This one's called Greg. We'll call this little crab Greg. Moister. Maybe. Stephen. Paulie. Paulie. No, I'm calling him Greg. I just love how average the name is based on what it... just compared to what it is. I don't know, should we call it Greg or we call it Gregory? Maybe... We could call something else Gregory. Oh, wait. No, I don't want to swap it for my party. I want to put it in the box. Send to a box. What the hell? Okay, I need to find out what the hell this thing is. What the fuck am I looking at? Oh, this is a bad idea. It's a rock type. Well, I'm assuming it's a rock type. As far as I can tell, it could probably be just a hand type. Bite? Bite the hands that feed you? Ah! Okay, not bad. Binnacle? Oh, like binary. That's why it's got 2 heads. Ah, okay. It is a rock type, isn't it? This will just be weak. Oh, okay. No, it is weak to it. Oh, of course, rock types are not immune to electric. I forget about that. I was hoping for a shoulder, if I'm honest. Maybe we'll get a shoulder. Oh look, there's another one there. That's fine. That is one ugly-looking fucking pair of hands. Let's just get on with it. Hang on, what's that? Ah, no! Stunfisk, you little bastard, hiding in the ground. You're a ground type, aren't you? I think. Hiding in the ground. Let's use bite. Oh, okay. Is cat caught on fire? What? Okay. Maybe we'll try a spark. Yeah, I thought so. Ground type. Let's use revenge. Stop using revenge! I ain't done nothing! Okay. Oh, Bowie picked up a sunstone? Blimey. Well, Bowie, get out there. You've got some work to do. Haven't seen you in a while. Use metal sound. But he'd like that! Night down. Should we do 55 to see how badly that does? Oh, very bad. Gregor. Oh my god, you are just the worst. Taking out all my Pokemon. Little Paulie, come on. I want to see what you can do. Hopefully catch this Pokemon. Little Paulie's trace, Little Paulie's mimicry. It traced. What did it say? It disappeared so quickly. I didn't see what it said. Maybe I should slow that down so it doesn't do that. Obviously, none of those attacks are going to work, so I'm going to use Tackle on it. Oh, that's super weak. Ooh, okay. Let's just try and get it in a ball. Get in my balls. Get in my balls. Get in my balls. You're not going to stay in the ball, are you? 1, 2. Ooh. Sneaky. Right. Paulie is not great. Nigel, you're going to have to get out there, because all my other Pokemon are not going to be great against this thing. Stop using revenge! I ain't done nothing! Nigel, what happened? Why are you now the weakest Pokemon? I don't like this. Oh no! Why is this Stunfisk so fucking beefy? Please stay in the ball. Please stay in the ball. Please stay in the ball. Fuck you! Let's try a different ball. Let's try heal ball. That's always had massive success, I think. Come on, you love the ball. I said you love the ball. Stop using metal sound. Okay, we'll try a different ball, shall we? What about the... Oh, none of these are going to be any good. Somewhat replicable. Fine. I'll try a Premier Ball. See how that goes. Come on, it's amazing in that ball. Why are you hating Pokeballs? You've literally got a mouth that looks like one. And Nigel's dead. Fuck. Okay, Stephen, go ahead. Try it. Make my day, bitch. I don't care. I'm gonna try and kill this thing. Bulldoze. Wait, ground is bad against. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Bulldoze. Oh, that's terrible. Oh. Right. Oh, it did get a few bits of HP back. Mud shot. That's ground type attack. Okay, I'm going to heal Stephen. Stephen. Take Super Potion 60. Okay, anything I've got? Energy powder 60 as well. Ooh, milk. Wait. Stephen's only got 44 health. That'd be a waste. Fresh water, 30 HP. I'll use the fresh water. Which I know, water against ground, bad. Thank God that failed. I want to use a mud slap. Oh, come on. Come on. No, 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 no. Oh, fuck you. Right. Wesley, get out there. Just so that I can get it in a ball. Get in the Pokeball. Please. Please stay in the ball. Please stay in the ball. Why do they get stronger? Why do they get stronger? I don't understand. In this game, it's like, oh, am I going to be in the ball? Am I going to be in the ball? Am I going to be in the ball? Oh, I'm not going to be in the ball. And then the next time you throw balls, it's just like, no, 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 not getting the ball. No, no, I'm not getting the ball. Fuck off. Fuck off. I said fuck off. Alright, little Paulie better fucking hang in there, because... What does it say? Little Paulie's trace. Mimicry. Trace the wild stuff is mimicry. I don't know what that means. Okay. Please, just stay in the ball. So close. Odd shot. Fuck you. I'm just gonna run away. I'm just gonna run away. Fuck it. Fuck this Pokemon. It's taken out my entire team. I mean, it failed. Just because it's level 25? Fuck off. That's probably why it took out half my team. Alright, I'm going to get my heals back up. It's ridiculous, Pokemon. Level 25 fucking bear trap in the floor. Right, at least I know what they look like now. I'm not going to go running towards them. Pokeballs are great big bloody balls. Not these stupid little tiny things in the floor. Don't go anywhere near those shitting things. Fuck that ball. Fuck those balls. Fuck my balls. Fuck me in the balls. Back into the cave. Shut up. Elephant bitch. Okay. Gallon line number 2. How about go away? There it is again. Oh, hello. Right. Come on, Jim. You're back. Carcoal. Wait, actually like a car? Has this thing actually got wheels? It's a quad bike. It's a stone quad bike. I like it. Well, it's a rock type. How is it not super effective? There should be... Oh, fuck. Unless it's part fire type. It is! Oh, shit. Leech seed. Please. No, 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 please. Why is it chucking fossils at me? They must be really, really expensive. Thanks. Thanks for the heals. Great. Can I maybe get an attack in and just sort of take this out? I really need to... No, 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 not Jim! Fucking... Just get rid of it. There we go. God, not knowing their types is a pain in the arse. So it's like stone rock, like stone fire, something like that. I'm only guessing because I don't know. Should old moves be forgotten to replace with rest? Rest sounds like a good one. Who's learning rest? Bowie. Bowie's learning rest. Ooh. 95, 70. Normal attack. 70. Hang on. If it's already got a 70 attack, then that should be. Normal is not good against anything. It's average against most things. It might be good to have a... Yeah, fuck it. We'll get rid of Snarl. It might be good to have a normal attack. Yeah, rest. Well, probably grew up to 19. Nice. Dragon type is usually a safe bet unless they're clearly made of metal or gay. I am definitely made of gay. Okay. Ball. Give me ball. Dusk balls. Nice. I like having some dusk balls. Oh god, there's another one there. Look. God, there's loads of them. Just bear traps. Gastrodon. Ah. Hey! Haha, I got past you. And then I walked straight in front of you. Grip Claw. An item to be held by Pokemon, it extends the duration of multi-turn attacks such as Bind and Wrap. Might be handy. Bullet Seed, for example. Where is it? Is it key items? No. I keep passing it, don't I? Multi-turn attacks give to, I think. Unless it's... Hang on. No, multi-turn attacks, not multi-shot attacks. So, like... Or does it mean that? I don't know what it means. Because if you're using an attack like Wrap, you're pretty much stuck with Wrap until it's finished, aren't you? So it goes through a few turns. Whereas Bullet Seed is several hits for one attack. I don't think that's what it means, is it? Does it? It's things like rollout and, you know, things that are just... Okay, never mind. We'll not use that then. I'll go on. Let's have an attack. Let's have a fight. Hey, I want to fight you. Rock and roller. You're an interesting one. You look like a stone berry. Razor Leaf might be good. Ooh, I probably should have done Leech Seed. I do need health. It would be nice to do a sucky on Rock and Roller. Ooh. Smack down. Oh, is he going down? Please no. Jim. Okay, right. Just get rid of it. And then do heals. Cheats. Yay. Pokemon are gaining things. Timber. That's a fighting Pokemon, I believe. I will not switch Pokemon, but I will Leech Seed it. Leech Seed it. Leech Seed. Just get that in there. So even if I go down now, focus energy. Aha, nice. Ooh, that was actually quite good. Maybe I should give the Shell Bell to Jim. Because that might actually do quite well, thinking about it. Pokemon. Let's get somebody else out there. I need to get that off of Bowie. In fact, I think... Wait. Flying, Psychic, Fairy. It's a shame I don't have any of those. At least none that do attacks. I think we can probably risk getting Little Paulie out there and try and get him to take a few Pokemon down. Little Paulie's guts. It traced the opponent's guts. Is that... Wait, does Trace basically use the same... like, traits as the other Pokemon? Is that what Trace does? Might be. Magnet Rise, Electro Web, Thunder Shock might be a good one. Ow! Low kick, fuck you. Okay, apparently he can't do anything. Weakest Pokemon in the universe. Nigel. You're not weakest universe Pokemon. You are sneaky fox boy. Pow pow! Slap you in the face. My brain. I need that. I want to see what Thief does. Let's have a look. They're both the same. Give me whatever you're holding. Nice. Each seed is super good. Yeah, I'm going to swap them now. Which means we're going to have to find something to give... what's his name? Steven. Forgetting the names of my own Pokemon. Jim wants to learn Trick or Treat. Well, whatever that means, maybe I will. A ghost move. The user takes the target trick or treating. This adds ghost type to the target's type. Interesting. That means it would be weak against ghost attacks. That's very good. So which attack do I get rid of? Leech Seed we want to keep. Razor Leaf. Oh, Bullet Seed or Razor Leaf? Razor Leaf is a guaranteed. Bullet Seed. Oh, it may. Bullet Seed pretty much always attacks at least twice, doesn't it? So that's already like 50, which is just one down from Razor Leaf. It's got to be 25 per turn, isn't it? Per hit. I think. This may be a mistake, but I'm going to get rid of Razor Leaf. It's 25 per hit. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I'm getting rid of Razor Leaf then, because if it occasionally does better, then yeah. Takes it trick or treating. I like it. Who wants to learn? What? Jim also wants to learn Scary Face. How about, like, no? You've already got... Hang on. What? Scary Face is a normal attack? No! Bugger off! Wait. Scary Face to harshly lower its speed attack. Nah! No. We're not learning 2 attacks straight away. Fucking hell. We just got a perfect setup here now. Right. Let's give... I googled... Trace copies the enemy's ability. I see. That's what I thought. Let's give... Right, first of all, Bowie, give me the held item. Yes, that's good. Stephen, give me the shell bell. Jim, I want to... give you... Where do you want to move it to? What? Just... put it back in my bag. Jim. Take the shell bell, shove it up your ass, and be the best Pokemon the world has ever seen. Wait, was that... I said incompatible for a second there. Why was that necessary? Is there anything neutral we can just give Steven? Something that's just like, you know, it boosts his speed or something. Multi-thingy attacks. That's for grass. Sunstone doesn't really do anything. However, Pokemon discarded Carapaces enables Hollow switch out of battle without fail. Okay, hold out him a long, sharp beak. That boosts the power of flying type moves. No chance. I don't know how Pokemon... It helps keep wild Pokemon away if the holder is at the head of the party. Not much of a big deal. Takes some traps set on the battlefield. So I don't really have anything to give him. In that case, he won't have anything. Oh, wait, I probably should revive Paulie. So it... Even if I don't use him, he will at least get some XP. Give Diglett fancy boots. Wear his feet. He will wear it on his head. It's just how that happened. We got a few league cards as well, didn't we, recently? Yep. What about end? Rose. Okay. Interesting. How are you doing that? Okay. I really like that weird sort of background. That background. Like, there's one here. There's one there. Or is that like champion? But if you're a champion, you get that. It might be, you know. Okay. If we can leave, we will leave. Ooh, careful. Oh, not Team Yell. They're going to yell at me.
Excuse me, mate. Sorry to bother you. You're one of them taking part in a gym challenge, right? Crikey, but that's really something. I'd love to battle against a great trainer like you.
Well, look at you in my butt. Surrounded by adoring fans, eh? You'll even be showing up Lee pretty soon. Oi, jog on, mate. Can't you see we're in the middle of a conversation here? Maybe. Maybe we are. Maybe we're not. Can't you see that I'm Hop, the trainer? Who'll be your... ooh, we've got a joker here, eh? You're so funny. Forgot to laugh. You think I'm joking? I'll prove it then. I think a battle with you lot would definitely end with some laughs. Ha ha ha! Woo hoo 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 hoo! Ho 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 ho! Merry Christmas! Let's take them on together in my butt. You ready, mate? Yes, I'm ready to fight them in your butt. The two of us were endorsed by the champion himself. We'll show you just what that means. Well, if you insist, Team Yell's going to teach you kids that the gym challenge is no joke. You better not be Yell-O. Or Yell-Ow. What does this other kid have to come waltzing up for, eh? I just wanted to knock off challengers, one at a time. You're trying to teach us that it's no joke when we already know that it's not a joke. Pointless. Absolutely pointless. No need for it. Perfectly synchronized though. Hey! I know those. God, you bloody sheep. Right. Leech Seed, Thievel. Go ahead, do it. Oh no! Oh, Jim, no! Oh no! Oh no! The animation is amazing in this game. Oh yes, very good animations. Very good. Oh, I am in love with it. Absolutely lovely. That's what it's all about. Nigel versus Nigel. What is very effective? Who's it reading right now? Right. Oh. Okay, so it's effective against you. I've got to get Jim back. Jim was the one. He was meant to save us all. Okay. Okay. Bit of a problem. What was it? Dark types. Weak against fighting. But I need fighting attacks. That's why he's doing so well. Right. Yeah, okay. I think I've got like a max revive. There we go. I'm going to use that on Jim. Hopefully when he comes out again he won't be the weakest Pokemon in the universe. Oh, could you not use Snarl, please? Ah, you took out Wooloo! That's my mate's Pokemon, you bitch! The opposing team's too nervous to eat berries. Can do anything else, though. Nasty Plot? What does Nasty Plot do? Stimulates its brain by thinking bad thoughts. Sharply raises its user's special attack. But they're not very effective, though. Sort of got the wrong Pokemon out. Right, I'm good. I'm going to send it over that way. Too nervous to eat berries. Ooh, what will they think if I eat these berries right now? They'll probably think I'm a bellend. Well, you are, and you should feel bad. What the fuck? God damn it! Can you stop being, like, amazing, please? For, like, 5 seconds. Taking down Linoon. Just get rid of him. I hope they've only got one Pokemon each. How is it I didn't get an attack in there? I don't think I've had an attack for, like, 5 years. Oh, please. Just leave it out. Can I do my attack now? Oh, look, it's Thwacky. Didn't I already get it to... I already asked him to do. Why did you not do? Thwacky, use Razor Leaf. Am I going to be able to get an attack in? Oh, hello. Nigel's leveled up. Nigel, are you ever going to attack? Are you ever going to attack? Why am I having to do this again? Why am I missing turns? Avoided! Fuck off with your avoiding! Because of all the sand. Fuck the sand! I'm passively beating them. This is not good. Let's learn Psybeam. Yes, please! If we can get one of these in. Magnet Rise makes it immune to ground types. Suppose that's fine. Keep that. Hang on. 40, 55. That lowers their speed stats as well as being an electric attack. That's pretty good. It doesn't need tackle. Do not fuck the sand. I will fuck the sand. I will fuck the sand personally. Lipard. Oh, what the fuck is this now? Not very effective. Not another dark type, I assume. Well, I'm sticking to it. I've made my choices. Oh, that's not on at the moment. I should probably do that. There we go. I should probably have put that on at the beginning. I should set it up so like I can just press the button and it all loads up at the same time. There you go. There it is. And Nigel's gone. I made my choice. I stuck to it. Wesley. Hang on. What was it? Dark types. They are weak against fighting bug and fairy. I do not have any fighting type. Yeah, I don't have any fighting types. Okay, so let's try and get Steve. Oh, fuck it, Wesley. Dog versus cat. Dog wins! All the time. They always win. Dogs always win. All dogs go and win. Chinese arm thrust. It's only got tiny arms. Stop doing patty cake on my face! Patty cake. Oh, no. What? Oh. That's good. It didn't just go, oh, it missed, because I didn't click on the actual Pokemon I was meant to be doing. That's fine. Steven wants to learn Slash. Okay. How powerful is Slash? Ooh, that is quite good. You've already got Sucker Punch. Bulldoze. Astonish is quite weak. Mud Slap is quite weak as well, but it does make them very difficult to see. I think I'll get rid of Astonish and put Slash in there just because we need a couple of good attacks. It has a higher crit chance the game doesn't tell you. Slash is secretly great. Ah, I see. Well, now I know. Are you gonna tell what? Are you gonna yell at us because we up and yell lost? You are the worst. If I'd used a horn, would I have had a better chance of winning? No. If anything, it would have hindered. Everyone would be like, why? That little mug's the champion's little brother. Guess that's what you get when your older brother's not useless. I know we're Team Yellow, we'll leave quietly once we're beaten. Fucking villains will kick their asses later on. Nice one in my butt. That's my rival for you. Now then, where could Kaboo have gotten off to? Let's keep going. Maybe his father... Oh yeah, that's why we're in this cave. I forgot. Oh, don't you dare. Oh no! Oh no! Please! Oh, run away! Run away! Hey. Wait. Did I fuck my Pokemon up? All my Pokemon seem to be fine. What happened? Wait, did I get healed afterwards? I think I did. It's very kind of Hop. Hey. I'll fight you now. Steam power can send any opponent flying. Really? Oh, you're like a train driver or something. Rail Staff Vincent. Wait, steam trains? Really? This day and age? Okay. Leech Seed. Start off with a Leech Seed. Why must you start first? Is it because you have better what was it called? Better what level you are, that's it. My brain is so shit, I can't think of the word level. Bullet Seed, super effective, please do the super effectiveness. Please do the super effectiveness. I kept thinking XP, not level. Ooh, that's good. Oh, Drill was dead. It's cute, but nah. Weak as hell. Jim grew. Onyx, you're sending out Rhodesia? Oh my god. I need to get Rhodesia back. That would be fun. Trick or treat. Oh, please. Please be kind. Okay. Ghosts! Now you are a ghost! And Shadow Sneak. Very nice. It would be interesting to see what that was going to be like before. It used Curse? Isn't Curse a ghost move? Ah! How does it know a ghost move? Does it teach it a ghost move? I don't know how an Onyx knows that move. Little Paulie, leveling up. What incredible power. I guess I was the one sent flying. Yes, yes you were. Well done. Interesting sideburns, by the way. Oh, fuck off. These bloody things are everywhere. I do not want to have to deal with it again. Okay, so if you're here, that means that the other way that basically means there's interesting stuff the other way. Oop, just scoot round you. Ah, there was. Bag of soft sand. Very nice. An item to be held by a Pokemon. It's a loose, silky sand that boosts the power of ground-type moves. We've been needing something to give to Steven. So, he's now getting the sand. Have some sand, Steven. Yeah, there you go. Okie dokie. So there wasn't really that much round there, so we'll just, oh dear. We'll just get on with story time. Oh, fucking Team Yell. Just fuck off. Thank you for helping out with my training, Team Yell, but I must say, it's unforgivable for you to get in the way of a carcoal. Carcoal? Like, it sounds like cuckold. Hard at work. We weren't getting in its way, we're trying to cheer it on. Still, you did a number on us in that Pokemon battle, so it's time for Team Yell to scarper and give a morale boost elsewhere. They aren't really bad, are they? They're just sort of in the way. Cheering is one thing, but one shouldn't get in the way of honest work. Gore. It's Kaboo. Man, he's wicked. No wonder he's the fire-type gym leader. And wearing shorts that really do not suit him. Ah, you are the trainers endorsed by Leon. Hop and in my butt. Am I right? I am just training right up until the last moment so that I can guarantee the perfect match when I face you gym challengers. I specialize in fire-type Pokemon, and the water-type Pokemon in Galamine number 2 are perfect opponents to train against. Regardless, it's getting late. Just go straight once you get out of this mine, and you'll reach Motorstug. Get a good rest at the hotel and make sure you're both in your top condition. I don't think I can go straight. It's an impossibility. Come on, Carcoal. The worst Pokemon in the world. Time for you to head on home too. I'll make sure you get there safely. Gore. It's a quad bike. It's essentially a rocky quad bike. We're going to be on fire tomorrow. Just FYI. The little run he did. Off I go. Oh, I remember Lee talking about Kaboo. He said that a lot of gym leaders give up because they just can't beat Kaboo. Say Kaboo more? Man, now I'm getting all fired up too! Get in my ass! I don't think he said that. Stop at the Badoo Drop Inn for the night. Okay, I will. That carcol from before, I guess it must have been here on a job. You do know about Pokejobs by now, right? No! What are they? Oh, no. Are they like blowjobs? But it's like a Pokemon does it. I don't think that's legal. Is that legal? Are Pokejobs legal? Is it like minors? You can't no minors because they're kids. You can't have kids working. I guess it must have been here on a job. Pokejobs right now. I do not know. Looks like there's no helping it in that case. Settle down and let Professor Hop teach you a thing or two. Let's see if I can remember what Lee had written down in his old notebooks. Basically, you can have your Pokemon go about and help companies or other folk who are in need of something. You can take Pokejobs from the Rotami at any Pokemon Center, so give it a look sometime. Now I'm cream crackered. I'm for the Badoo's drop in and sleep. Come tomorrow, that fire gym leader Kaboo better be ready because I'll be coming for him. Hand job, blow job, pokey job. Exactly. Pseudo-Woodo? Coughing? I know these Pokemon. I want a Pseudo-Woodo. Let's do Bullet Seed. Please only do 2. It seems you're really powerful. Oh, yes, a rock type. I forgot. Oh, good, that's fine. Use block. Nice. Please just get in the ball. 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 Ball, ball, ball. Please get in the ball. Bit of a wiggle. And then he jumps out. Okay, rock tomb. Please. Please. I may have to leech seed you. What the fuck am I doing? Pseudo-Widow. I need you. I need you in my team. I don't actually want him in my team, but I do want a Pseudo-Widow. It's a fashion statement, essentially. I want a Pseudo-Widow because I just want to be... I want to be really popular and have lots and lots of friends. Oh, can I just, like, try a ball instead? See what I mean? Does one wiggle and then jumps out. The next set is just like, nah. I'm off now. Good night and good luck. I refuse to take that good luck. But good night. Have a lovely time in bed. Assumes you're going to bed. I don't know. What time is it? 9 o'clock. Fine. Bad night and bad luck. Okay. Calm the fuck down. Oh, it's night time. I could use a dust ball. Ooh. You really... That last one was just like... Battleward level 24. Nice. Proton. Pseudo-Woodo. Ooh, I think... What are we going to call this guy? I think we're going to call him... Pete. There we go. Send to the box. Bye-bye. And I definitely want a coughing. Coughing is a necessity. Coughing is good for me. Okay. Quick leech seed, just to start off. Make sure we get our health back. Ooh, haze. Nice. His health is sapped by leech seed. Nice. Oh, hello? Who's that? Awesome Paul 31 has made an error in judgment. Hello. How are you, Awesome Paul? I hope you're great. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna trick or treat this guy. Be a ghost hunter. I'm great. Yourself? I'm fantastic. I've got coffee in me. I've got... Oh, Jim's nearly dead. I've got Pokemon that I recognise that aren't just basically a quad bike made of coal. I'm going to do a quick shadow sneak. Hopefully it won't be too powerful. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Coffee is the answer for everything. It really does help. That's interesting. The oh, Jim died. The shell bell. I thought the shell bell would have worked at the same time. The Musty Fan is also here. Hello, the Musty Fan. How are you? I thought like every time the opponent got damaged, I would receive more. I would receive health with the shell bell. It seems it's not the case when using Leech Seed, which is interesting. Okay. Oh wait, no, I want to catch this. Why am I don't want to use anything strong. So, little Paulie, out you go. Yeah. Levitate traces one. Nice. Okay, so you're basically immune to that. I'm going to use Magnet Rise because I want to just sort of try and catch it in the next one. But I don't want to do too much damage and kill it. Yeah, that's good. That's what I want. I want your health. Now I'm going to chuck a ball at you. Yeah! Give me my health back. Balls? Balls. Balls, balls, balls. Oh, come on! Just stay in the ball! You're ball-shaped! Little Paulie is getting murdered. I really wish he wasn't. Right, come on. Yeah. Let's try the ball again. Oh. Oh. You little bastard! I hate you. I don't even know why I'm bothering. Right, now you're in the red. You've got no excuse not to get in the ball. And stay in the ball. Get in the ball. Stay in the ball. Oh, I'm going to use Leech Seed next, isn't it? And it's going to... Oh, it's a dead coughing. It's a dead coughing. Oh, it's a dead coughing. Fuck you. Hopefully they're not rare. I don't know. First time playing this game, so I have no idea. Okay. We'll try again. I should have used the Dust Ball. Oh, look, there's another one. Hey. Oh, Jim died, didn't he? Yes, I forgot. Wesley. Neutralizing gas. I don't like the sound of that. Let's do a spark. That's probably a bad idea with a coughing. It might explode. Okay, I'll just use Nuzzle next. I think that'll be it. That's just going to leave it in a perfect spot. Maybe another one. Paralyzed. Perfect. One more. Just don't be a critical, please. Just don't accidentally kill it. Perfect. Using clear smog. That's new. Time for the balls. It's always time for the balls. Coughing. Coughing. Oh! You are amazing. Okay. So, what should we call it? What should we call it? Anybody got any names that you would like to call coughing? What should we call it? Any ideas? If not, I'll pick one myself. Okay. Looks like I'm picking one myself. Let's go for Dave. We haven't picked it. We haven't used Dave yet. Where do you want to send Dave to? I want to send him to the box, thank you. Yeah. Nice. What the hell is that? Some sort of karate master? I don't know. Give me amulet coin. Yeah. Thanks. It's down here. Ooh. Oh my god. What is that? Oh, it's that lizard thing that I was shown before. Hi. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. Didn't see you there. Are you sure you should be out at this time of night, madam? Miss? Yamper. Oh, you have a Yamper. Well, I've got Wesley here. You've got short dog? I got tall dog. Tall dog be better. Tall dog doesn't trip over. Although I imagine it wouldn't really be classed as falling over if it was a short dog. Just sort of occasionally hitting the ground. Just landing. That's what they do. Bye-bye, Yamper. Swoobat? What's a swoobat? Do I know what that is? What is a swoobat? Is that the one with a heart on its nose? It's like a really crap. It is, but it wasn't the one that I thought of. You're going to get sparked because you're flying. And you should stop doing that. No flying. Nice. Madam Carolyn. Your hands look really big. It seems you're already quite used to Pokemon battles. I am. I've come from very, very far away to beat your ass. Okay. What's this say? Can I see the sign? Galamine that way, Motostoke that way. What were the other two signs, though? Pseudo Widow, caught you already. Police officer? Hello, sir. Hello, hello. What's all this then? Fancy a scrap with the copper? Yes.
Sorry,
yes, I do.
I don't know that one.
Did I ask? Stop getting involved, Alexa. Stop it. Police Officer Raymond with a freaky looking face. He's far too eager. Growlithe. Well, what happens when a dog meets a dog? I want to see if Spark is better. Oh my god, Growth is nearly dead. Oh, don't burn me. It's unfair. It's cheats. Okay, let's bite the head off of this thing. There you go. I am the better dog. Ho ho ho! I'm so jolly! You've got some Pokemon with you there. Your battle technique is bang on too. Please stop wiggling. Please stop wiggling. I've got a few Pokemon there. That's just horrific, isn't it? Oh, look, a bridge. Oh, is that like an open area that I can go in? That may be the case. What? Excuse me. Resist feather. Ooh, nice. Wait, was that just instantly another... Come on. Clever feather. Special defense. Any more? Is there any more? They keep going up and down, will they just keep respawning? Genius feather. I don't really know how this works. Like, if I keep going up and down here, will I just get more? Ooh, there's one. Was that always there? Eh. Oh, maybe if I just keep loading in and out of the area. Ooh, what did you just say to me? Dynamaxing makes your Pokemon become huge. I know. Isn't it great? Pokeball, man! I'll be rolling around stadiums here and there, so if you see me, don't be shy, come say hi. Have I been here before? Wait. Oh! Oh, okay, I know where I am. Wait, so... Where's the map? You know, you know what, you can swap these around, can't you? I always expect the map to be at the top, like with these things. Put the lead cards there. Let's have a look at the map. Yeah, I've gone all the way around. Nice. Okay. Am I meant to be here? Or am I meant to be going somewhere else? Stop in at the Dewdrop Inn. Badoo-drop in for the night. Okay, yeah, I suppose that's what I'm meant to be doing. Good. Let's head in. And... Are we expecting a cutscene or some sort of event? Yep, there we are. Goth Girl's back. Challenger in my butt? Right. Giving it your all even this late, huh? Yeah, I am. Hey, help with something for a sec. I want to see if I'm ready for the next leg of the gym challenge. Alright. Am I having to fight you again? Oh. Your groupies are here. She looks shocked. Almost like what I was about to do was a little bit suspect. Marnie. Kroger. Oh, what was it again? Poison fighting? Poison ground? It's poison fighting, isn't it? Hang on. Fighting. Weak against flying, psychic, and fairy. Poison. Okay, so I should use a psychic move. But for now, let's see if Spark gets away with it. That's actually pretty good. Except Wesley's dead. Fuck. At least he's not burnt anymore. Bowie's picked up a mushroom. Who's got psychic? Psybeam. Little Paulie, you need to get out there and do some damage with the Psybeam. Yeah, come on. Ooh. You're tracing. Oh, Okay. Psybeam. Bwag! Yeah, it's the first. That's the first one you've won. Oh, look at him go. That's a lot of XP. But Scraggy. Oh, I think I know what that one is. It's... Is it a ground type? Oh, I'll keep Paulie out, just in case. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. We'll do Psybeam anyway. It might be good. Low kick? No! Why? It knows low kick. Okay. We'll let's go for Steven. Steven, you've got to help. Bulldoze. See how much damage that does. Pow! It's not a lot. But oh, why are you so powerful? We're the same level. Slash. Okay, not bad. Oh no, Steven's dead! Steven is a dead Pikachu! I was going to say he's dead Pikachu. He's not a dead Pikachu. He's a dead Diglett! Fuck. Okay. Bowie. Do some damage, please. Just do anything. Anything at all would be great. Oh my god, none of these things are any good. Okay, headbutt. I don't know what I'm up against. Alexa, what type is Scraggy?
Scraggy is a dual-type dark and fighting Pokemon.
Dark and fighting Pokemon. Right, okay. Morpeko. I don't know what that is. Wait, is that a bird? Peko? Morpeko? I don't have a Pokemon that has electric attacks, do I? No, they're all dead. Oh, okay, we'll just have to... It'd be no fun if things ended just yet. Okay. Is that a bird? Oh no, it's the weird fucking squirrel. Alexa, what type is Morpeko?
Morpeko is a dual-type electric and dark Pokemon.
Why is there so many dark types? Oh, okay then. Stop expressing your feelings. I just want your squirrel dead. What's it doing? What? Baby doll eyes, please don't kill me. Attack fell. Good, please don't kill me. Ooh, that actually was quite effective. And then it swapped back. What the fuck is that going on with that hamster? Has it got like two forms? I suppose it is a hamster. They're pretty much like they're basically little murderers, essentially. You can't have two hamsters in the same cage because they will kill each other. It's strange. They just won't do it. They won't allow it. Okay, if I keep headbutting, I think I'm good. One more headbutt. Just go for it. Thundershock. Yeah, not too damaging, but headbutt. Get rid of you. Nice. Your little psycho is dead. Nice. Wait, we're at level 25. I agree. You beat me. Guess you must not be too bad after all. No, I'm brilliant. I'm amazing. You've got to You gotta be careful of me. I will fuck you up. Guess I'd better get to bed and rest up for tomorrow. You'd better get some sleep too. Yes, I will. And then your little psychopath is down there as well. Your troop is a bit miserable. Ooh, heals. The next morning. Morning in my butt? I believe it is. That friend of yours already went off to challenge the next gym. Kaboo's league card is supposed to help against him, but I ended up with a few copies. So I'll give you one. Don't look so chuffed. It's no big deal. Alright, fine. Don't. Doesn't bother me. You put the league card in your album. Yes, I did. Take this too. A little something for our battle yesterday. Burn heals. Am I really going to need them? Really? I don't think I will. I'll be fine. In 2.5 minutes there will be some adverts. Apologies. That's all I can say. Apologies for the adverts, but you know, gotta make that money somehow. I apologise. I apologise for the capitalist world that we live in. Okay, I'll try not to be interesting during those 3 minutes. But you'll have no trouble beating that Man of Fire Kaboo chap, right? Why don't you get over to Motorstoke Stadium and get that gym badge already? Urara. Uvavu. Okay, who are you? You weren't here before. I quit my job just so I could watch the gym challenge. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. Unless you mean you just left the job, like you went off, you went away. Everyone's going crazy. Wait, do I have to go here for this? Oh, I do. Hang on. Okay. Pokeballs, great balls. Are you selling balls? Can I balls? Can I have balls? Don't just wander around like a market seller. So I'm supposed to be here to do the fighting, the fire, yeah? Slow moving, aren't you? In my butt? Yes. I've already gone and earned my fire badge. That Man of Fire Kaboo is just what you'd expect. Nearly got burnt in my battle with him. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be the Pokemon doing it. You're not meant to fist fight a fucking Magmar, okay? Don't get in there and do the fighting yourself. That's not the rules. Get a shift on in my butt. I bet you could beat the Man of Fire too. I'm gonna. I think. Hang on. Fire is. I'm gonna use Diglett. It's fine. Can I start, please? Don't have too many challenges. It's hard. Leader Kaboo made his gym challenge mission so hard. But I'll be happy to get you registered at once. I'm ready! If you're here to challenge our gym, we'll ask you to change into your uniform into your uniform first. Okay. Will do. You may find the Fire Gym's mission a bit different than others. In you go. Alright. Oof. Okay. Hurdles? Or am I throwing balls at things? Is that a Vulpix? He has got a hell of a look, hasn't he? The gym mission for the Fire Gym is this. Catching Pokemon to earn the most points. Earn 5 points to clear the gym mission. In case you were wondering, you'll earn 1 point for defeating a Pokemon in the tall grass, or 2 points for catching a Pokemon. But you won't be alone in this competition. Other trainers will be joining you in your battles. Think about what your opponents might do and try and take the best action to rack up points. Gym mission starts. What, do I just have to go get into fights and catch Pokemon? Hey, Vulpix, where's the Vulpix? Vulpix. Hey. You encountered the wild Vulpix. Wasn't exactly wild, is it? Can you not? Can you not? I sent out Jim as well, of all people. Why did I do that? Leech. Oh, no. Leech Seed. Although, if I... Oh, I can't pick... Oh, I can pick Roly-Coly. I'm gonna steal Roly-Coly's health. Using Incinerate on both of us. That's bad. Roly-Coly Steam Engine. Speed Rose. Nice. Can I get an attack in? I want to use Leech Seed on Roly-Coly. I want to take his health. Yeah, fuck you. That's the challenge here. Nice. Okay. Fine. Vulpix, you're getting trick-or-treated. Roly-Coly use tackle. That's bad. That's really, really bad. Trick or treat. Ghosty, ghosty, goo. Roly-Coly, you give me your health. I'm going to try and throw a Pokeball at this thing already. No. I spent that time making it a ghost type. I should probably do a ghost move. Oh my god, that's nearly killed it. Oh my god. Oh my god, quick, get a ball at it. No, use tackle, you little fuck! Oh good. Now it's using spite. Okay, that's fine. Give me your health, Roly-Coly. Roly-Coly of all the bloody names. Oh, let's get a ball, let's get a ball. Let's get balls going. Roll those balls. Vulpix, get in my ball. Ooh. Oh, please. Oh, perfect, come on. Yes. Thank you. I'll have to swap my Pokemon around because I wasn't expecting to be sending out Jim, although I didn't send anything, I didn't change anything, so, you know, what was I going to, yeah. Vulpix, we will be calling Vulpix Geraldine. In. And it's a female as well, so that actually works. No, don't add it to my party for fuck's sake. I think there's a setting to like automatically send them to the box. I need to change the setting. Send toolbox. Challenger in my butt claims 2 points. Yes. There are options, aren't there? The text speed's already slow. Okay. Center boxes automatic. Yes, I would like to save those settings. Thanks. Whatever this is. What is this? Some sort of candle. Litwick. I've sent out Jim by accident. Leech Seed! I should have done the other Pokemon, not that one. Sizzlipede. Actually, if I could pretty much heal all the way up if I Leech Seed Sizzly thingamajig. Oh, never mind. Jim's dead. It's fine. Yes. The cricket is hurt by fire spin. Isn't it a fire type? Shouldn't it be perfectly fine? Although it is made of wax, so yeah, I would imagine it's a bit of a problem. You know, I'm gonna do a mud slap and just see how powerful that is. It's not bad. I feel like it's gonna be a bit too much. If I keep doing that. Hex. Is Hex a fire move or is it a ghost move? Is this a ghost type? It does look sort of spooky. It's hurt by fire. Oh, please don't kill it. Bag. Let's try catching it in a Pokeball already. Please just stay in the ball. Ooh! Okay! Very nice. Lucky. Litwick. Interesting. What shall we call it? We will call it... Doug. There we go. Challenger in my butt has already claimed himself 4 points. Just one more to victory. Okay. I need to just swap my Pokemon around because I'm doing very bad at doing that. That all made sense. Yes, swap Pokemon around. I don't know what this is. What is it? Sizzlipede. Okay, with a Slandit. Weird. Okay. Let's do a Bulldoze. Hopefully it doesn't murder it. I only need one more point, so I don't think it really matters. It even flinched? What? Why did I flinch? What was I flinching about? Oh, did I accidentally kill Sladint? Ah, Steven! Okay. Steven is a little pussy. Fine. I want to try Little Paulie. Flash fire. Okay. I'm going to do a bit of a Thundershock on you. Hopefully you won't die, but if you do, that's fine. Oh, actually, it's not bad. Bug bite, bit of a problem. I don't need a bug right now. You know what? Another Thundershock. Just keep going. Hopefully I can catch it now. Flame Wheel, no. Power of Lil Paulie's fire type. That goes far too quickly. I can't read it. I'm looking at it, and I just can't read it. I don't expect it. That's the problem. I'm not expecting it, and I'm like not in reading mode. No, I want bag. Catch. If I can catch all the Pokemon, I am literally the best Pokemon trainer in the world. 1, 2. Oh, come on. Amazing. Sizzlipede was caught. Nice. Wesley wants to learn Charm. Does it need Charm? Depends what Charm is. The user gazes at the target rather charmingly, making it less wary. This harshly lowers the target's attack stat. I think that would be quite good to replace Roar with that. Yeah. Okay. If I can get people a lot weaker than they were when they came in, then yeah. Also, since when has Wesley been like level 28? Suddenly just phew, straight up. All the points. Sizzlipede. It's like he's got a little moustache. What shall we call Sizzlipede? Sizzlipede is going to be called Uncle. You know that weird little moustache? He's going to be called Jeeves. Jeeves. Congratulations on another mission cleared. Okie dokie. Can I have my Pokemon healed, please? Clearing leader Kaboo's gym mission like that, you're positively on fire. Ha! I get it! Next you'll be facing Kaboo, the leader of the gym. On you go, Challenger. Can I have my Pokemon healed, please? Can you heal my Pokemon? My Pokemon need healing? All my Pokemon need healing? Okay, I'll do it myself. Sad now. Have to do it myself. Ooh, no. Come on, just straight down. The sticks just do not like to behave. It's more just me not being able to remember where down is. Or because I'm holding it slightly at an angle. It's difficult. That's why I don't use controllers and I'm a PC gamer mainly, because I just can't. I cannot do precision aiming with things. With like sticks. I wonder why things are going left and right when I'm pressing down. It's not fun because my brain doesn't work properly. That is all for Steven, isn't it? Because if I do another one, I'm going to be wasting it. Okay. We're just going in like this. Maybe I can make Steven huge. Biglet. We'll make a Biglet. Alright, play with your hair. That's fine. Why is he on this side? Don't we come in on the other side? The little run he's doing. Oh, he's good. I like him. The little old man run. This feels like something's about to happen. Welcome. I am Kaboo, the fire-type gym leader. Good. And the fact that you are here means you've bested both Milo's grass-type Pokemon and Nessa's water types too. That's quite an accomplishment. Every trainer in Pokemon trains hard in pursuit of victory, but that means your opponent is also working hard to win. In the end, the match is decided by which side is able to unleash their true potential. It's me. I'm gonna unleash everyone's true potential. I am the best. Nice design, by the way, on the pitch here. You are challenged by Gym Leader Kaboo. Okay. 9 tails. That's too many tails. Diglett. Yeah. Diglett. More like Biglet. Here we go. Oh, huge balls. Crunch. really does take advantage of the sound. Using Will-O-Wisp. Stephen was burnt. It seems it didn't do very much. Okay. That is very powerful. Ooh. Don't kill it though. It's like the tiniest thing in the universe. Let's just keep going. Ow! Quick attack is still quite effective. Oh my god. Hey, maybe consider Dynamaxing your Ninetales. It's not doing good against a giant Diglett. Little Paulie grew to level 24. Nigel grew to level 28. Nigel wants to learn Sucker Punch. I mean, it might be good for him to learn some more attacks. Again, it's a dark attack. It's just all dark attacks here. Assurance. Nasty Plot does what? Sharply raises the user's special attack. This move enables the user to attack first. This move fails if the target is not readying an attack. Okay. Hang on. Thief is 60. Assurance is 60. And Sucker Punch is 70. Let's go. Hang on. Taking some damage in the same turn as Texas power is doubled. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of Nasty Plot. No, hang on. Quick attack is 40. Let's get rid of quick attack. We're going to have to, at some point, get some different moves in there, because that's... We can't just have a Pokemon just use only one type of move. Variety is key. No, I'm not switching my Pokemon. Steven is staying. Keep up with the Max Quake. Oh my god! It exploded! Why did he explode? Oh my god. Okay. Should I risk little Paul? He's got electric attacks. That might do. Hang on. I'm up against fire. Fire is water, ground, rock. Bad against fire, water, rock, and dragon, but I don't have any of those. Alright, let's just get little Paulie out there and see what happens. Most likely a death, but who knows? If we can get little Paulie big. Big Paulie. Little Paulie and big Paulie. Haha! I basically learned Intimidate. Great, now his attack fell. Good. Psybeam might be good. Hang on. 65, 40, 55. Yeah, Psybeam is pretty much the attack I need to go for right now. Oh, Wisp, please. Please. Please be kind. Oof. It looked like a weak attack, but it might... Oh, it just makes me burn. Okay. Good to know. Maybe if I need... do that, I will. Oh, right, burn. Let's try a Thunder Shock. Maybe that'll be a little bit more effective. Oh no! Oh no, Paulie, no! Oh, Paulie. Oh, you are being a little bitch. Okay, I'm gonna swap out. You know what? Fuck it. Let's get Nigel out. Nigel. There. Fox against dog. I wonder who will win. Oh, Flame Wheel, no. Ooh. Okay. Shall we... Sucker Punch is pretty much 70, 60, 60. If the target has already taken some damage in the same turn, this attack power is double. It's not been the same turn, has it? Let's just use Thief. Okay, that's not bad. Now you're using your little burn attack to make me burn. Owie. That's fine. I'm gonna use Nasty Plot, raise my attack. Why not? And I'm gonna have really bad animations. Oh, please. Does that mean I'm gonna miss? Like, forever now? Oh, I don't have any specials. These are all just normal attacks. It wasn't a normal attack, it was a special attack I put up, isn't it? So that was pointless. Okay, no, I'm not getting too much damage taken off. Sucker Punch. Just try everything. Nigel seems to be holding up quite well. I mean, I think he's going to win this one. There we go. Bye-bye. Bowie grew to level 26, Jim grew to level 26 as well. I am going to send out Wesley. If I can, I'll try and fit in a revive to make sure Stephen gets some XP. Light that fire and get your mind moving, Kaboo. There's still something, something, something. Insert rest of sentence here. Interesting. That's what that looks like when it's evolved. It looks like a roll of condoms. That's odd. It's a bug type. That means electric was a good choice. Oh, wait. Oh, we don't need this. This definitely does not need to happen. You did not need that to... No, not happening. This is not happening. Still quite good. Good attack. Max Butterfly. What the hell is that? Wesley, no. Oh my god, he nearly died. That... Oh... Why can't I be big again? Or were you just leaving it to the end? Was that the problem? You just needed to wait. Okay, just tank it. Just keep getting in there. How was that worse? Was its defense up? Didn't say anything about its defense going up. Oh, little Paulie's burnt. Jim is the worst one to send out about now. Bowie, maybe? This is not going to go well. Baby doll eyes. Get that attack down. I don't know what Max Butterfly is. Is it like a special attack? It's very much a special attack. Bowie is holding on by 1. Oh, let's get some potions in there. We need to get some potions. No, he knows rest. If we use rest, and all his health will come back. he's dead though. He's so dead. Up goes his health. Yes! All my health came back. Oh, just do anything, please. Just... Oh, you're still asleep. Health go back up again? No. Bollocks. I am not good at Pokemon. Jim, I know you're the worst person right now, but... You know, I'm going to use you, basically, to help heal everyone else up. Also, I'm going to put a Leech Seed out, just so that I can, like... You know, maybe get some health off this guy. That's not too bad. Even if Leech Seed just does all the work. I mean, that's quite a lot. That just got taken off of that. No. I need to start like healing people up. What I need is Steven. Steven needs to be back up. He's only got 47 like health points. Oh no! I'm sorry, Jim. Oh, Jim. Oh, Jim. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna send out. It's going to have to be, for now, it's going to have to be Little Paulie, because I want to get Steven back up to full before I send him in. Oh, I'm so sorry, Paul. I mean, if I can get an Electro Web in... Wait, is Thundershock more powerful? 40, Electro Web's 55. Oh, he's using Bug Bite, please. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, Little Paulie's down. Couldn't do it. Fine. Steven, get out there. Oh, is he about to attack? Come on, come on, come on. Bulldoze, bulldoze, come on. Do a shit ton of damage. That is not a shit ton of damage. Ooh. Bug Bite. Please be weak. Steven, no! Oh, come on, I can't lose this. I've got Nigel, he's on like 7 health. I've got to start... I've got to use Revive. Revives. Keep using revives. Do I have anything better than a revive? I do not. Steven. Maybe I should do it on... Maybe I should use Wesley. Wesley was quite good. It's a bug type. Electric attacks will be perfect. Ooh. There goes Nigel. Use a potion. I know the health will pretty much immediately disappear, but super potion 60, is that good? Yes. Oh, come on. Bug Bite. It keeps using Bug Bite. Why is Bug Bite so good? Oh! Oh, that's perfect. That means this next attack is pretty much the deciding... Don't miss. Please don't miss. For the love of God, do not miss. It didn't miss! Oh my God! That was perfect. Wesley, you are amazing. Oh. You deserve that. Oh no! My spine! Great Pokemon and great trainer. It's no surprise that you won. Barely. Like, within a millimetre of death. It was just a case of reviving the right Pokemon at the right time. Nigel was sacrificed. Steven, sacrificed. Jim, Leech Seed, pretty much helped for that entire last bit. Amazing. I'm often regarded as the first real roadblock of the gym badge, and yet you defeated me. Clearly your talents surpassed many, many years of experience. I still have much to learn. That little run, I love it. I know that you and your Pokemon will become a fantastic team. I'm glad I could battle you today. Let me give you a fire badge as proof that you defeated me. Okay. Thanks. The old handoff there. It's an interesting sort of badge dial that you got there. You can now catch Pokemon of up to level 35. Thanks to the Dynamax phenomenon, our Pokemon battles have become part of the... and it's the young trainers who are responsible for keeping our culture alive. Of course, I hope that instead of just keeping it alive, you also help it become something better. We adults will be the pillars for you to build on. Okay. In my butt! I figured that if anyone could do it, you and Diglett would be the ones. I mean, it was Wesley at the end, but yeah. But still, that match had me right at the edge of my seat. Is it because he's like at the beginning? Like he's the first Pokemon? Challenger in my butt. I see you've done a fine job collecting the gym badges from the grass, water and fire gyms. Yeah. Please take this TM to commemorate what you accomplished here today. Will-O-Wisp. I had a feeling it was going to be that. Basically, I just want a Pokemon to burn. It was a Will-O-Whip. Will-O-Wisp. Not the Will-O-Whip. It might be a whip. Fuck you. Okay. The user shoots a sinister flame at the target to inflict a burn. Good. And take one of our uniforms. It's the same design as Kaboo himself wears. Yay, I got a fire uniform. Perfect. I think you've proven your skill well enough to try your hands at the gyms that await you. Starting in the city of Hammerlock. Head back down to the wild area surrounding the city, then make your way to Hammerlock. Interesting. So I've got to make my way to Hammerlock through the wild area. With all the badges we've earned ourselves, I reckon we should be alright even against the fierce Pokemon you find deep in the wild area. Let's find out for ourselves. Okay. Nice. Do my Pokemon get a heal, or do I have to go and do that? All my Pokemon got healed! Hooray! Bowie, I need to take an item off of you. I need to take that mushroom. Thank you. Put it in my bag. Nice. I'm not interested in talking to any of these people. Okay. Oh, something happening. Where are we going? What are we doing? Hurry it up in my butt! Okay, I will hurry it up and put it in your butt. Huh? It's the little old man who's running towards us. You're the gym leader, but you still came all the way to see us off? Oh, I bet you can already tell that I am the one who will become the next champion, yeah? Yes. I got drunk for a second there. There are many trainers who never manage to gather 3 gym badges, and they just give up on the gym challenge altogether. So I make a point to see off any trainers who are able to defeat me. Don't even know where we're going. We may live here for all you know. Oh, hello. Suddenly... Yeah. Is this because it's like grass, water and fire, the 3 like main types that we see at the beginning of the game? They're making a big deal about it. Feels like that's what's going on. Phew, we made it. Thank goodness for flying taxis. In my butt? Hop, congratulations. It's pretty... I feel like they swapped those around on purpose. Hop and in my butt. Hop in my butt. It's pretty amazing you 2 defeated Kaboo. Why didn't it give me the option to name Hop? Usually at the beginning of the game it's just like, what's your name? And then, what's your rival's name? What is my granddad's name? What's my grandson's name? I can't remember. It's pretty amazing you should defeat Kaboo. Not a lot of gym challengers are able to get a gym badge from Kaboo. We like to get together and see them off as a way of showing our support. No, you're just... No, this is a new thing. Surely. Can't have come all the way here just to go bye-bye. So allow me to send you off with a proper sporty chant. Hustle, hustle, hop. You can do it in my butt. Of course. Oh, of course, you can do it in my butt. The gym leaders you will face ahead are all tough opponents, but I believe you will prevail. Believe in your Pokemon and keep pushing on. Keep pushing on in my butt. Thanks, you all. We're gonna keep winning. We've got to if we want to face off the Champion Cup after all. Ugh. Come on, in my butt. Let's head for Hammerlock. I will. In your butt. Make your way through the wild area to reach Hammerlock. Okie dokie. But where is Hammerlock? Is this the same wild area as before? Hello again, wild area, my old friend. I've come back to you even stronger than before. In my butt? Hammerlock is up that way. Got it? What, that way? Like, literally where we're looking? Yes, apparently it is. And yeah, you could certainly rush straight there without a single detour. But now that you and I have few gym badges, we should be able to catch stronger Pokemon. Very good point. So I know what I'm doing. I'll be catching myself some amazing Pokemon to fill the next page of the tale of my legend. Yes, I will. Oh, fucking B-Day's here. Don't waste your efforts. It's not like either of you would ever make it through the gym challenge anyway. Look, we've already got the fire badge. We're fine. I mean, we're not that much of a piece of shit, but you seem to be pulling it off quite well. Yeah. I mean, it seems Hop here can't even throw a Pokeball properly. Rubbish. More like you don't know enough to recognize greatness when you see it. My throws are the greatest. My bro is the finest champion in the world's ever seen. I'm not going to listen to you insulting him. Fine. Put your fingers in your ears. How tiresome. Fine. I'll battle you over there. Maybe that will help you finally understand just how weak you are. You weak little ball bag. You're on then. I know you challenged in my butt to a battle in Galar Mine number 2 and lost to him there, and I'm his greatest rival. In other words, there's no way you're beating me. In all this prattle about in my butt and the champion and whatnot, do you not have anything of your own to show? Not in my butt, no. I'll show this Wally my real skills in battle. So see you later in my butt. Let's meet up in Hammerlock when I'm through with him, of course. And then I wander off. Okay. Let's have a quick wander around in this place. Now it feels like Pokemon Arceus. Hey, what's this? One of those things? Oh yes, one of those Dynamax things. Bit of energy trickling out of the den. You gained 50W. Okay. Sounds good. If I go to each one and like, will I get another 50? Oh what? I can't go down there. So it's not quite like Pokemon Go. You can't just jump off the edges. Whistle, whistle. Did I see a shiny thing here? Oh, look. Pokeball! From all those Pokeballs I've been wasting. Finally, I get them back. If I can find any more, that'd be perfect. A bit of energy trickling out of the den. Getting 50W. Nice. Why am I whistling? I just want to get on my bike. Zoom, zoom, zoom! What the hell was that? I heard a noise. What are you? What the hell are they? Oh, they're the weird ice cream Pokemon, aren't they? Let's see if we can catch one. Oh, that wasn't the right one. Bunnelby. That's what it's called. So why was it going diggy dig earlier? Which would suggest that his ground type moves will not work. I use a Sucker Punch on him. But it failed. Of course, because he hasn't done any attacks. I think that's how that works. Ow! Fucking hail! If I do slash, maybe it won't get immediately murdered. Oh, it got immediately murdered. Okay, never mind. It seems I'm just training up out here. Soz. Although, thinking about it, I could get Paulie up. Yeah, I want a little ice cream boy here. Hey! Vanillite. Vanillite. I don't seem to have any weak moves. If I get little Paulie out, I think he's pretty much not really the weakest, but he's definitely the one with the least, the least levels. So maybe he will just be weaker straight off the bat. I won't just immediately murder this thing. Snow Cloak. What does that mean? Does that mean I can? Ooh. Does that mean I can be like disguised in the snow? It's only a level 8. If it's level 8, surely I can just catch it. No, I don't need to level it down. 2, 3. Really? Oh, really? Very nice. Didn't even need to weaken it. Vanillite. Okay. So we need a name for Vanillite. Let's go for something like... I don't know. Maurice. Oh, that's not how you spell Maurice. M-A-U. Wasn't Maurice like the Mr. Mime that you could get in Pokemon Red and Blue? I think it was, actually. Maurice. Hey, don't do that. Who's attacking me? Pillar Swine? How dare you? Did I do this one already? Doesn't seem to be anything in the den. Fair enough. That's fine. I want to come over here. I can't remember what these like beams meant. Does that mean there's like a Gigantamax Pokemon in there? Energy pouring out of the den. You gain 300. Oh, that just means I got more. Max Raid Battles. Defeat a Dynamax Pokemon, you get a chance to catching it. Defeat a Dynamax Pokemon and you get a chance of catching it. Additionally, there are some rare items that you can only obtain by battling Dynamax Pokemon. When wild Pokemon Dynamax, they become incredibly powerful. They may unleash multiple moves in a row and take other actions you won't see in a regular battle. Okay, working together with other trainers will be key as you take on these Dynamax Pokemon together as a team of 4. Maybe we'll go and find find one that has other people surrounding it. Ooh, item. Ooh, item. Trying to get item. Really trying to get item. Tiny mushroom. Bit rude. It would be nice if there was like an item finder. Where is the item finder? Do we have an item finder? Can we go and find an item finder? Was that a shiny thing just then? On the ground somewhere? Probably. Energy. Get some energy, thank you. Try not to get involved with Bunnelbees right now. Please go away. Just collect some energy. It's nice. It's alright, I only pressed it once. What is that? Oh, it's just me. It's just another plant. It looked a bit odd. I was like... I was curious, essentially. Rosalia? Hello. I know you from Arceus. Wow. Surprisingly fighty, those things. Dappled Grove. Oh, hello. Can I have one of you, please? Delibird. I want a Delibird. So it's meant to be like... It's meant to look like Santa. I don't understand the name behind Delibird. Deli? Really? That all makes sense. I'm going to try and just shove it in a ball straight away. That doesn't work. Okay. Use presents to even avoided the attack. Buffeted by hail. Please don't buffet me by hail. No effect / effective. Hang on, which one's more... Oh god, they are quite attacky. Okay, we'll do a Sucker Punch. Hopefully it won't be too damaging. Not bad. That's pretty much where I wanted it to be. Owie! Exploding presents. No, not the potion, you pillock. Get in the ball. Come on, you gotta stay in the ball now. 1, 2. Oh! Oh, you little shit. You little shit. You are literally a little shit. Right, we're both gonna get buffeted by hail. I think... Did it not get buffeted by hail? I've got a dusk ball. I'm gonna shove it in a dust ball. Fuck it. What am I doing? It's night time. It'll be like 2 times more effective. Perfect. It is an ugly ball, but it worked. Sort of got like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle look to it. Now little Paulie is the same level as Steven. Very nice. Little Paulie's basically on the same wavelength. Okie dokie, right, conversion 2. The user changes its type to make itself resistant to the type of attack the target used last. That sounds handy. Thundershock, Electro Web. Thundershock is a weaker attack. Let's go for... Yeah, let's just Thundershock. Replace Thundershock. Nice. That's a little bit more Porygon-y. Delibird's data will be added to the Pokédex. Oh, really? Would you like to give Delibird a nickname? Ooh! Let's see. Let's call it... Let's call it Edward. Do we not already have an Edward? Oh, we've got an Eddie, but we don't have an Edward. Edward. There we go. Edward. Nice. Oh, was that a shiny item I just saw there? Next to the tree. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Fancy apple! One of the many ingredients that can be used for cooking at your camp. An apple chosen above others. An apple chosen above others. It has spectacular form and a brilliant sheen. Fancy apple. Was that another one? Like, literally underneath every single one of these trees I think there's an item. Another fancy apple. I like this one. A big mushroom. Another? Is there like another item under here? Is that a? Oh, that's the evolved form. I see. Oh, there's 2 here. That's the evolved form. I won't catch it because if I want it, I'll just train it up. Oh, the fancy apple. These fancy apples are fucking everywhere. Lotad. Oh, Lombre. Hoot hoot. There's a tree where Pokemon hoard their food. Do you want to shake it? Of course! Since when have I been one to not, like, harass a tree filled with berries? I love shaking bushes. There we go. Another Squavit. Is it only ever Squavits? I'm going to do a quick bulldoze. Wow, it took that out. Steven. Amazing. Yeah, I'm going to get, like, Paulie at the beginning. At the start of my team. Because I think he can hold himself now. Pokemon. Little Paulie. Swap Pokemon. Let's get Steven out of the way. With his very low hit points. Oh look, another one. Another one filled with berries. Yeah, let's have another Squavit fight. That's deceiving. Peacherberry, Rawsberry, and Chesterberry. That was 3 things. The first time, 3 things fell out. I only got 1 berry. Then I got one berry there as well. That's a lie. Don't lie to me. Keep shaking. Keep shaking. Let's get a Squavit out of this place. Nuts and berries. There we go. Just keep shaking the squirrels. Cheek pouch. Okay. I want to try an electro web on it, see how much that does. Pow! Bzzzt. Doesn't kill it. Interesting. Adapted by the hail, please don't do that. And dead. Good. I wonder if we can do anything about Steven's low health, because he has got very low health for his level. Other Pokemon nearby took away everything that fell from the tree. What? Bastards! That's fine. I don't mind. Energy trickling out the den. Nice. Oh, blimey. It's a big boy. No. I'm not seeing like anybody here. Shouldn't there be like loads and loads of people? Hang on, am I online? No, that's options. Should I be online? I thought I was online. Although doesn't it ask like at the beginning, like, do you want to be online? Ooh, was that another item just then? Oh yeah, right here. Pretty feather. Ah, nice. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to leave it there because I think we've just hit the... we've nearly hit the 4-hour mark. And there's like 4 minutes till some ads. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'll just sort of cycle around this area, maybe gather some items, like get a few of my Pokemon trained up, you know, to the limit, like before they start disobeying me and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll do that. And next time you'll see me, which I believe will be tomorrow, being Monday. Wait, is it Monday today? Sunday yesterday, Monday today, so Tuesday. Okay, you'll see me Tuesday for more of this, and then yeah, Wednesday I am going to be joining 20 Dragon, because I think he's doing a stream or like a recording or something. He's doing something on Wednesday, and I'm going to be there. I'm going to be getting involved for anyone's game. Just basically to be one of the deciding votes for things. And yeah, that should be all fun. I don't really know what's going on, but if once I figure out what's going on, I will send you to there. Because it'd be nice if people were there watching. That's if it is a stream. I think it's a stream. I don't know. I haven't actually asked. All I know is something is happening. But that's me Wednesday. There should be something happening. Yeah. So I'm going to. What am I doing? I'm leaving, aren't I? I need to head. If you're new, there we go. That's how I usually end these things. If you're new and you're still following and you're still watching and you're still following and you're still watching and you're still following, but you haven't followed, but you're still watching, please follow, because you're still watching. So why not follow? Please follow if you're not watching. I'm going to send you somewhere else so you don't have to listen to this. Who have we got? Tony, we've got Stevenator, we've got Carrot Top. Ooh, I think we're going to send you to... I think I'm going to send you over to Carrot Top. No, I'm going to send you over to Stevenator. Yeah. Okay, so have fun over there. What's he playing at the moment? Let's have a look. Let's bring this over here. He is playing Final Fantasy X-2 HD Remaster. So have fun over there watching that. Yeah. Yeah, other than that, bye-bye. Toodaloo. See you tomorrow. And there's a Wednesday thing. I'll give you more information tomorrow. Bye. It wasn't a